Yo, I can't lie. Yo, I can't lie to you. I should be. I should be happy. Right? I should be. I should be. Um, yeah. That the N word is now being considered officially hate speech. That should make me happy, but I'm not happy. Am I still lagging? What's it like now? So the N word is officially hate speech. So the moment you say it, TikTok will flag you up. This is why I don't even got time for TikTok, man. I don't have time for such a childish app. The app is very childish, man. And it tries to regulate the way that adults speak. Because I was using that word as an example, being a black man myself, and I've been done for hate speech. And I just think this is why I can't spend time on this app because it's just restrictive. Yeah, welcome Elizabeth, man. Talk to me, man. You're schooling me. You're very stern. You get me. But let me know, man. I'm here to listen. I'm here to
Listen,
learn,
I just
sis.
prefer if you we can talk for our own community. If you've got a problem with one, you can't tar the whole community with the same brush. You shouldn't be doing videos. We have lived in England for hundreds of years because England invaded Ireland. And at the time when our grandparents came, we were allowed to roam freely from country to country. And we're not unvetted. We've all got passports. If a travelling man commits a crime, he is likely, and looked at the stats, to get more prison than a regular white person or any other minority. We get prejudice every day of our life. We keeps ourselves to ourselves. We are peaceful people. And yes, some of them is bad. It's the same in every community. And I don't think it's right for a person, people is doing nothing to nobody, to bring them into it.
I'm not bringing them into anything.
Yeah, you did. You done a video and you mentioned
No,
travellers.
yeah, I can.
Yeah.
So are you
Because
telling
there's a
me
lot of
that?
ignorant people out there
Can I
that
talk? Can I
tar
talk?
travellers all with the same
Yeah,
brush.
yeah, but I'm not doing that though. So you're saying I'm bringing them in. I didn't
Yeah, you
bring
even
any.
said, why don't you
What?
protest outside
Can I have a
travellers?
chat? Can I have a you? I did just listen to you, and I don't mind if you just want to talk, but then you're never gonna understand what my perspective is. I don't mind. I will listen to you all day long, but like at some point you're gonna want to know what I'm thinking. I ain't brought any travelers into anything. I mentioned travelers. If that's what you mean, then fair enough. But if you're saying I'm trying to bring them, I'm not bringing them into anything. It's a
I was
conversation, and I
offended
wanted
when
to,
you
and I wanted to.
asked. Sorry, where
Sorry.
I was offended on one of your videos, you ask people in the public, and people is angry enough, as if we don't get attacked enough, and most of us be innocent, yeah. Why are they not protesting outside travellers' yards?
Yeah.
We gets enough prejudice and
I'm not.
racism
I'm not asking them.
without other
To,
people adding
I,
to
I,
it.
I, I need to make this clear. I'm not asking English people to protest outside of travelers. Yeah, I'm saying, is there a reason that you see them different than the other people that you're upset of, based on the fact of people not wanting to assimilate with your culture? And now I've been corrected. I had this kind of belief that travelers, maybe it was when I was younger, but I knew a few travelers, and they would tell me that they don't have passports, they don't have birth
I don't know
certificates.
travellers that, if they're born in
So,
England, Ireland, it's illegal
so,
not to have a birth certificate.
fair enough, fair enough. But this is what I was showed, in it, yeah, that there's travelers that don't have documentation. I've even had travelers come in onto the comments and say some of us didn't have documentation. So I don't know what's right and wrong.
But how then,
I
if any of
feel
their family die in Ireland, how can they get to Ireland to the funerals without ID?
I don't know.
That's just
I don't
so
know.
stupid. In a
Yeah.
modern
Is
age,
it? Is
you
this been
can't
a
get a
thing in the
taxi
past
card.
though?
You can't get anything without a passport. That is
What
just so ignorant.
was it a thing of the past?
I don't know. I don't know anything like that. I don't know. Well, in my
Okay.
family, I've always had a birth certificate. There's
No,
like a law
fair
in
enough.
both
Fair
countries.
enough. So
There's
if
just
I'm
so
just
much
making, so if it's
ignorance.
just bullshit, I take that back. And like I said, I'm not. I don't need to stand on it because it wasn't really. I wasn't quote. I wasn't quoting it as fact. So if someone says that's not true, that's not true. However, over the last couple of days, Irish travellers have come forward to say, well, yeah, some of them are not verified, some of them are not got.
How
And
though?
some of them, some of
They're
them didn't
British
have them.
citizens or Irish citizens. How have they got no birth certificate? Are they just born on the side of the road? How do you
I don't
get
know.
how?
I
And
don't
think
have a clue.
about 70, 80 years ago, people would not be born in a hospital, but they would still need a birth certificate to get
Okay.
stuff, to go places. They need a license to drive.
Yeah, yeah.
So how can you? That is just so. It's like it's like something you expect a 4-year-old to say, not a fully grown man. Do you know what I mean? It's like too ignorant. It's like
Yeah, you're
oh my.
overdoing it now. You're overdoing it. Like you're actually overdoing it because I felt like the whole image that I perceived of the travelers were people that kind of were free of the system and kind of went where they want and did what they want. And I know that some people weren't are not happy with that, but I was basically just pointing out that yeah, there are people in England that don't want to be English and they're not trying to conform with the system. So I've clumsily put together some thoughts.
Just because
And
you love
sorry,
your
sorry,
people
I've
does not
clumsily
make
put.
you not British.
I've
There's
clumsily.
Irish travellers that's lived here for hundreds of years and they've no choice if they liked it or not. They've got to get a birth certificate. They've got to have ID.
Yeah.
They and they do love their own people. And why we're so assimilated because we can't go out because people like you we get attacked and blamed for the same stereotypes.
Say
That's
because
why we
people
keep
like
to their own
me.
communities.
Sorry. Don't chat shit like that. I give you my platform, but don't come on here to talk shit because I'm not a dickhead. Don't be saying
Don't
some
come out with
people.
language to me. I've got to cut
Please,
off
please,
now
no,
because I
sister,
won't accept
please,
language.
no,
I'm
no, no, no,
cutting you
no, no,
off.
no,
You
no,
should
no, no,
watch
no,
your
no,
mouth.
please,
You ignorant.
please, no, 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 please, don't be coming on talking some people like you bullshit. I'm not feeling that. Yeah, don't be giving me some people like you bollocks. Like, because now you're trying to paint an image of me. You get attacked because of people like me. Like, shut the fuck up. Respectfully, sorry, man, but respectfully, don't talk shit, please. Yeah, Felix, I've tried to add you. I'm gonna try to add you again. Ah, Mince. I'm not saying you're right. How do I say your name? How do I say your name? Mink?
Minsale.
Mink.
No, Minsale.
Mint Seal. Mint Seal. Sorry, man. Right. So, Mint Seal, are you a traveler?
Yes, I am, yeah.
All right, man. First and foremost, can you tell me what I said that's offended you? I know you've heard me speak already, so you probably know what my stance actually is. But just to let
What?
everyone know, you heard me speaking and you was offended by what I was saying. Is that correct?
Absolutely, because you're so uneducated on who we are. Actually, English
Yeah.
people are.
Say that again.
Because you're so uneducated about who we are.
What did you say about English people?
Because English people are so uneducated about who we are.
Okay, I'm not English,
Right.
but I hear you.
You do know we predate England.
No.
Right. So we do. We are the people of that island.
Oh, you're the true English.
Yes.
Okay.
So you do know when it comes to the Anglo-Saxons, England was created in the 5th century.
Okay.
Sylvie, listen, the man's only asking an opinion. He's not. I don't find him being racist at all, and I don't find him offensive. He's
What?
just asking an opinion.
Will you tell me where it's not offensive of telling us that we are migrants when we are literally, our DNA is the only DNA
He
on
never
that
said we're
island?
Do you know what it is? You know the term Irish traveller and the accent and the
No.
lifestyle and the conversations I've had where the travellers I know, they want nothing to do with the English. Now, but so I never put two and two together and realized that the Irish travellers believe they are the original English. They
There
are the
is
original
no,
people of the land. I didn't
there,
know this. So yeah,
there,
I am very, very ignorant. And I
there
knew you.
is no belief on it. We are the only white people to retain an ancestral microbiome. The only white people in Europe.
I didn't know that. I'll be honest with you. I didn't know that.
But this is the problem with England. When you're looking at England, it is effectively the first Americas. It is an island made up of cultures from all over the world.
Yeah.
The actual indigenous DNA to that we carry. So
Sylvie, are you from Ireland or England?
I'm from Ireland. We are the We are the only people that carries more genetic markers to the Metallithic people, which are the first people of all of these islands. Ireland is the ancestral home of all of those islands, and the Metallithic people are the first people, which are our bloodline.
Yeah, what's
Alright.
going on, bruv? What's going on, Jedi, bruv?
Yeah, big up, man. What's good?
Yeah, what's going on, bruv? Look, I'm for you, yeah. Like, I see you go down to the protest and that. Do you know what I mean? Like, on the 13th, bruv. But, like, they got to stop some wrong uns from coming in. You got to agree with that, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like,
There's
these
too
people
many of
that.
them coming in is the problem.
Look, my problem is I don't want my nieces or nephews to be in a park and to see a weird looking man in the park on a swing, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not for that, bruv. You know what I mean? Come in, integrate, build your restaurants, we like your food, cheers, you know what I'm saying? Crack on. But then when it starts getting weird, bruv, it's got to stop, you know what I mean, Jed?
I hear you,
He's
man.
not
I hear
speaking
you.
the truth, that.
But you know what, brother? Like, just give me a minute. We get more into the immigration things a bit later. But still, I think that the traveller community deserves to be able to, like, educate me, because obviously man's offended because I don't know the history of travelers, and then another traveler jumps on and he didn't know the history, but that's not offensive. It's just me because I thought. So let me ask you, Felix, have you
Yo.
ever heard of an Irish traveling man that is not documented being in England?
Listen, I speak Irish, but I was born in England, yeah? No, I've never heard of that.
Mm.
And I'm 37 now, you know what I mean? I've never
Yeah,
heard of
yeah, yeah,
that. He's probably just chatting shit to you, brother.
yeah. All right, well then look, man, I got no problem apologizing. In my head, there were travelers here that weren't documented. That was in my head. I don't know where I got that from, and I
We
apologize.
got that
But
from
but but
stereotypes.
but for some reason, there's people claiming to be travelers. Maybe they're talking shit, and they're saying, yeah, they are some undocumented. But every traveler I've spoken to since making that statement has said, no, they've never heard of it. So I don't know what to think. But cool. I didn't mean that in any offensive way. And now that I know that the Irish travelers are the original people of the land, more original than the English, I can understand why it would be offensive for me to call them immigrants or liken them to immigrants. So I apologize, man. It's no big
Jedi,
deal.
you're good, bruv. You're alright, man. Don't worry, bruv. You know what I mean? Like, you're sweet, lad.
Nah, but there's bare ignorant people, like the sister was saying. There's ignorant people that might think that, I'm against their community, and I just like to make it clear. Like I do with the English, when the English are told that I'm against their
Margaret,
community, I do a live
can you
stream
pop on
and I
that?
chat to them. Like I do with the Somali community. They were once told I was against their community. I did live
Water,
streams
anything.
to speak to them. And the
You got
Muslim
the ice in
community.
there.
The Muslim community was told that I was against them, and I do live streams to let them know that I'm not.
So
So
out of all the communities, Jedi, that you've gone against, pretty much, yeah, or they say that you've gone against, yeah, who would you say is the one that's like gives you the like just mate, these lot don't stop, bruv. Like, which one is it?
the
Do you know
Muslim
what I mean?
community, I would say that once the Muslim community, I think there's an issue within the Muslim community of propaganda being spread. I've seen that firsthand, where one man can chat shit or lie, and so many brothers and sisters will take that lie as the truth and spread it for years and years and years and years, and never look to see the truth for themselves. That's one scary thing about the Muslim community. It's been a lot easier for me to speak to other communities and convince them that what they've been told ain't true. But there seems to be a stubborn, and I'm gonna whittle it down. I'm not just gonna say the Muslim community, I'm gonna say the Asian Muslim community seems to hold on to uh, lies longer than anyone else and won't be corrected. Even if you tell man that ain't it, man still ain't listening. I've experienced that multiple times firsthand. And sorry to any of my Muslims listening. Love you
Jedi,
lot. But I was just asked a direct question. I'm gonna answer it honestly.
Jedi, can
That's
I
my
ask you? Can I ask you a
yeah.
question? This would be the better place to start.
Okay.
Who are English people?
Ooh, good question. Who are the English people? So, like, I would say, English people are the Anglo Saxons. These are descendants of the Goths, the Romans, and the Saxons that have obviously poured into this land over periods of time. That's what I would say.
Right, so it's a country made up of all other peoples and all other cultures.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
That's Britain.
So what would be giving a white Englishman the right to be telling anybody else who is English and what it
Cause
means?
we own the country, bruv. We've
How
conquered it
how
back, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like, what do you mean?
how
What gives us the right, bruv? What's this down
how
about, bruv?
can I ask you, how do you own the country? The Anglo-Saxons is not indigenous to that island.
Look, it don't matter, bruv.
They're
War's war, bruv.
European.
We took it over. That's it. Cry about it, bruv. Do you know what I mean? That's just what it is, bruv. We took it over. We're running it now. We call the
You,
shots, bruv. Simple.
you do know the definition of colonization, yes?
Well, that's your definition of it. I call it war. We've come here and we've
You're
conquered
the,
it, bruv.
hold up a minute. You're the ones that wrote the book on definitions. So it's your definition, not mine.
Yeah, we write history also. That's
Right.
not our fault. We knew how to read and write before the Irish, bruv. It's not my fault. Do
Oh
you know
my
what I
God.
mean?
You do know that Ireland taught the English how to read. What is it that you know about history? England, as you know it, was created in the fifth century. Ireland is more than
The Asian
42,000
family
years
would not
old.
want, even though they're both Muslim, wouldn't
When
want
you're talking about
their
English law, maybe
child
look into
to be
Brehon
with.
law. It is indigenous laws of Ireland that has predated anything English for thousands of years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but Minces, yeah. Look, here's what I'm saying, bruv. Yeah, we ain't got no problem with the Irish, bruv. Yeah, we love the Irish, but the thing
Listen,
is, we're. I feel like
I'm
the
not
Irish
here.
are
Listen,
upset that we're in charge.
I'm not here for the whole debate who likes who. It's irrelevant. I am literally clearing up history. The statement that was made was travelers being migrants. Their DNA is the oldest DNA on that island, along with Scotland, along with Wales, and along with Ireland.
Who said
If you,
travellers are migrants, bruv?
the host,
Oh no, I don't know about that, Jedi, bruv.
What's that?
right?
What's that,
So
brother?
if
No, he
you
said that.
if you put me up on the big screen there, I am happy to send the links to anybody so they can fact check it. That is a DNA study done about an ancestral microbiome.
Me lad.
We are the only white people in Europe to retain it. The other only people on the planet that have something like ours is the indigenous American, Mongolian, African, Aboriginal, and Tibetan
But what does that
people.
matter, brother? What do you want a trophy for that? Like, it just don't
No,
make
no, no.
sense. Like, you're not in charge right now. So that's the biggest thing is who's the big boys calling the shots. And right now, it's not you lot, bruv. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, you can hold ancestral DNA to the land or whatever it is that you're saying, yeah. But there's not you don't win anything in that, bruv. Where does that ever take you, bruv? You know
No,
what I mean?
we're not looking to win anything. We're here to
Ah,
clear
you gotta win, brother.
why what is it that you're winning?
Just calling
Again,
the shots, bruv. Do you know what I mean? We
I
get
would
to say what's going on, bruv. We get to allow what's going on. Do you know what I mean? Like,
again
this
I
is.
would ask, what is an Englishman? What is their culture?
So
Say
let
that
me get
again.
to the point though. Let me get to the point. Do the Irish travellers stand with Tommy and that lot?
No.
I do.
No, as a matter of fact, what you had done
I do.
yesterday was
Well
dangerous.
done, Felix, bruv. Top lad.
You potentially walked into a crowd of
Listen, seriously.
neo-Nazis that
You're
was
born in
actually
England, you
unprecedented
family
in the
here.
amount of people that was there. So, and clearly the people that you were talking to are absolute uneducated morons, but they're the type of people that is the most dangerous on the planet. These people are incapable of understanding history, who they are, what they are, and where they actually come from.
Like, it's not about the history. What the immigrants over here, the rape and the with the little girls and children over here is happening regular, and this is why it's uproar. This
Right?
is why the Tommy Robertsons get
Is
involved.
that right? Is that travelers doing that?
Nothing to do with us. These are
Right.
immigrants.
So why are we being brought into something that has fuck all got to do with us?
But you
As
stand
the
up,
whole
because listen, because you're not listening, brother. You're not listening. The Irish travelers are standing with Tommy, right?
Yes.
You're saying it's got nothing to do with you, and then Felix is saying we stand with him.
Phoenix, why are you standing with a neo-Nazi?
Listen to me. A lot of travellers over here in England have went to
Right.
his marches. We don't like what's going on in the schools and,
So,
and little girls getting raped and that there. He's
so
got
Felix,
nothing against the travellers.
can I ask you, right? Are you an Irish traveller or are you part of the Roma?
Listen, I'm born and raised in England, but my heritage is Ireland, yeah.
Right, so you're an Irish traveller. So we need to clear up something as well. When it comes to Roma and travellers, in England they're all just known as travellers. Roma are indigenous to India.
That's right.
We are indigenous to Ireland. We are not related genetically in any shape, size, form. So when people are looking at Roma, it is a totally different culture to who we are.
Yeah, but yeah,
So
that's true, yeah.
I asked for Irish
Right, so
travelers.
Fina, can I
So
just ask a
do they
question
both
now?
do they both call themselves Irish travelers?
No, so what the English government had done is they had robbed our identity and they put us down on paperwork as all travellers. That was done by design because they're claiming money off the European Union for having nomadic groups of people in their countries. We are not nomadic in Ireland, we are indigenous to Ireland. But we were wrote out of history because the vast majority of Irish people, there is only 30% of Irish people on the island indigenous to Ireland. 70% of people on the island that has been here for hundreds of years are not Irish, they're European. So if we look at the English, England doesn't exist in the 5th century. They were a Celtic people. They were our people. The indigenous people of England, which is very little, they are the authentic people to that land. Your royal family, your language, your culture, your systems, they're all lies. They were created in the 5th century.
So like, what's Ireland got then? Like, go on then. Like, what's the Irish culture then? Like, give me a dish from Ireland then. What's the
Look at
famous dish from Ireland then?
look into Brehon Law.
No, I'm asking like, if I want to go and get a bit of munch, yeah, what's an
Yeah.
Irish dish like? Do you know what I mean? That's
One
what I'm
second.
asking. Like, or do you have fish and
Spuds and
chips and a Sunday
cabbage.
roast like me, bruv?
Nah, spuds and
Will
cabbage.
you stick me up there on the big screen?
You know what I mean, Jedi, what I think is, yeah, I think we should
Yeah.
filter out, yeah, all of the people that are,
So
you know what I'm
what you
saying,
need?
against what we're on, bruv. And it should be on it should be on a basis of whose dishes are better. You're Jamaican, you're sweet, bruv. I love a jerk chicken, bruv. You're good to stay, bruv. You're Indian, you got a curry, cool, man. You can stay, some of you. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is how I see it, bruv. If if you ain't got
What?
food, like,
What?
yeah, 100%, bruv. Because if you ain't got food, I don't really care, bruv. That's just my take on it, bruv. If your food's good, then you are higher up on the
All
immigrant
right then,
status
all right
to
then. Hold on
stay.
then, hold on. If you're saying that, then what's the English bringing to the table as a dish then?
Like I said before,
Fish and
Jedi, we don't
chips.
have to bring nothing. We
Yeah,
own the
you
table, bruv.
what are
We
you bringing
own
to
the
the fucking
table.
barbecue, mate?
We own the fucking table that your food's on, bruv. Do you
Ah,
know what I
fuck off,
mean?
fuck off.
Again, I asked
Well, he
you
has got a
Fully.
point,
who
though. He has
are
got a point. We didn't
again
own
Jedi,
the
you don't like
table.
a roast.
who is the English?
Go on.
It's
Sunday roast, why not?
Have any of you ever dissected what it means to be white English? They literally, it is an absolute lie. If an English person was to take a DNA study, it's going to tell them that they're European. Don't they understand that?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I could be from Mars, bruv. It don't matter. I'm here, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're here now. We set up shop. The camp's there. The tent's up. And, you know what I'm saying? Kumbaya, bruv. We sing around the fire, bruv. This is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying, bruv. I asked you a question you couldn't tell me, bruv. Like, what's the Irish dish, bruv? I want to know. Like,
Irish stew, you get spuds and cabbage, stuff
oh,
like that.
mate, get out, bruv. What's these rations, bruv? I'm not trying to.
You're not
Ah,
bringing
you
that to
think
the.
that, you think that. It's actually nice, though.
Felix. Felix. I love you lot, but you're not bringing that to the barbecue. No fucking way.
Listen, it's famous. It's famous.
Nah, mate, I said spud soup, bruv. What is he rationing, bruv?
Nah,
What's
it's not
going
like
on
that. It's
here,
not like
bruv?
that.
Are
It's
you,
actually
are
quite
you
famous. So,
honestly getting
this
off
one
where
it is.
food is
Irish
meant
stew
to
and that.
be culture?
Say that again, bro.
You're talking about your museums over there. You have artifacts from Ireland that predates the country, and the other artifacts that are not from Ireland are from all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. And if we didn't take them, the flipping, they would have come and blew them up, bruv. So it's
Right.
like, what?
So if you're pretty cool with your people colonizing most of the world, now that most of the world has turned up in the country that has took and pillaged and raped from their countries, ye now have a problem with it. Make that make sense?
It's a sick
I
world
knew
we live in.
I
I will
liked
not
you, Mince Cles. Mince Les. I knew I liked you, man. You're talking some
listen,
sense now.
Minces. Yeah, look.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, yeah, it's a sick
No,
world we
brother.
live in, bruv.
Listen,
No.
no.
It's a
Listen,
sick world we live in. I'll give you that.
I want you to answer that, right?
Yeah, go
So
on.
your people, your country goes right around the world, rapes, pillage, murders, takes whatever they want. Now
Yeah.
that all the descendants of these people has now ended up in your country being a lie and being created in the 5th century. Now that they're all there, you have no problems eating their food, practicing their culture, listening to their music, living their way of life, never
No,
having
it's not. It's not. It's
question
not
who the
practicing
white
no one's culture.
Englishman
But
is, which
no,
yet
hold
you
on, hold
don't
on,
know how to answer that. Are you
hold
for
on.
fucking real?
Hold on,
You're
Minces.
talking
Yeah.
about you don't
Well, then,
have to
look.
be
All right. So are we
at
just
the
gonna?
table
Is it just gonna be
because
you
you
talk,
know
we
on the
listen? Like,
table.
what's going on here,
No.
bruv?
We're gonna
You're on
go
the
like, but
table.
let him finish his sentence. He was in the middle of a sentence.
Brother, that's a book. He's not doing a sentence, bruv.
No, I am
You're
giving you,
hilarious.
I am giving you history that your country refused to give you. What they gave you instead of an education was an
Yes, sir.
indoctrination.
All right. Can I respond back, Mr.
What's the name?
Minces?
Elvin. Is your name Elvin?
Who's Elvin?
You.
Nah, bruv. Who said that?
Sorry. It's a crazy world we live in. Sorry. Look like Elvin. My eyes are fucked right
Oh,
now.
fuck it. I'm Elvin then, bruv. It's fine. Call me Elvin, bruv.
Elvin. right, Elvin.
Go on, then
Look,
I'm
my point is,
Charles.
yeah. Look, Jedi, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not oblivious. I'm not stupid, bruv. I might sound like I got no teeth, but my teeth are all intact, yeah. Look, here's what it is, yeah.
You weren't at the march then, was you?
Nah, listen, I'll be honest. Look, I call a spade, bruv. I'll be honest, yeah. Some of them people at the march need to protest outside their dentist, bruv. That's like, firstly, we're gonna put it like that, yeah. And a lot of the people say, get back. Me and the lads went for an onion bhaji and a curry after, bruv. So it's the truth, yeah. So
Look, yeah.
I'm not gonna deny that.
Such an English dish to go for.
What's that,
It
mate?
is.
Minces, Mr. Minces?
I said that's such an English dish to go
No,
for.
but I'm being honest. I'm being transparent, bruv. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just sitting here and like I said, if your meals and your dishes are good, you can stay. You're good to go. Push the mate.
Yeah, he
Sit
did
on the
say that.
couch.
He did say
Do you know what
that.
I'm saying? But if you're bringing nothing to the table apart from tall, weird-looking men in a park sitting on a swing, I don't want you here, bruv. Like, this
You
is what I'm
tell me
saying.
what the white Englishman is bringing to the table, and don't give me that
We're
bullshit.
bringing structure. We got free healthcare. We got good Christmas spirit. Come on, boys, up the lads. Do you know what I mean? Got good football heritage. We got good football heritage. We got good, you know what I'm saying, camaraderie, family vibes. Do you know what I mean? Good Sunday roast. Everyone gets around the table.
You're being wishy-washy, bro. That
How am
family
I being?
vibes. Everyone's got family vibes. That's not fucking culture, bro.
Nah, brother. Listen, Jed, I'll tell you something, bruv. I've seen some neighbours that are from somewhere else, bruv. There's no family vibes going on there, bruv. Do you know what
For
I'm
real?
saying?
Like
Like,
from where?
Listen,
People from
yeah,
where?
from all different cultures, bruv. I see my neighbours like couple rows down. Fucking, I don't know where they're from, but they're from somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? I don't want. You know what I mean? I don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't want to get your shit locked off. Yeah, but yeah, I just saw. You know what I'm saying? There's
all
no.
of these
It's
amazing
arguments all the
culture,
time, bruv.
all of
While
these
we
We
sit
need to
around the
have
table.
Manchester United over here.
isn't
But
it?
he said something. No, hold on. Sorry, Felix, to cut you off, brother. He said something
That's
about
what
we
I see.
pillaged and we raped and we done this and we done all of that. Yeah.
Yes,
No one's
100%
denying that, bruv.
factual.
It's a cruel and sick world we live in. Yes, I'll give you that. Yeah. It's not. It's we're not sitting here trying to. You know what I'm saying? Say no, we didn't. We done everything by the book. No, but we're dealt the cards that we're dealt right now. Me, you, Jedi. We're all sitting here. We're all dealt the cards that we're dealt. We're here now, and at the moment, we're the boys that are calling the shots, bruv. Do you know what I mean? So it's what it is.
I don't know why
Can
you're hell-bent on trying to bring me into this thing.
can I ask you what kind of shots are you pulling?
Shots of whiskey, brandy. What do you want to
Here we
know,
go
bro?
then.
There you go, Jedi.
Here we go.
Listen,
Hey!
whiskey was created in Ireland. Whiskey has fuck all got to do with England. It was created in Ireland.
It's a joke, Minsters. Have a laugh, bruv. You know what I mean? Lighten up a bit, bruv. You know what I mean? Like,
Nah,
it's
but let's
just-
deal with Minces. Like, you're very serious, and I appreciate it. And you don't have to have a laugh if you don't want to. I think you're making good points as well, man. To be fair, and Elvin's just trying to distract you. But the fact is, you
Elvin,
can't.
fucking hell, bruv.
He's trying his best, Elvin is.
He's trying. But I want to know.
We're not
with
all
this
as
big
educated as
difference- Hold on. With
top
this
fella.
massive difference in the idea of Irish history, how have Irish travellers come to the conclusion that they're standing on the side of Tommy Robinson? I just want to understand.
I absolutely don't understand that. For any traveller that is standing on the side
Well, a lot of us have.
the neo-Nazi, listen to me, please. That man is a neo-Nazi. In Ireland, they were considering about rounding all of our people up, either tagging us or putting us on Spike Island. That is your Robbie
Years
Robson.
ago, this boys. Hundreds of
Never-
years ago.
listen,
So
this
listen
is
here
not-
now.
This is not years ago. This is ongoing in Ireland. What are you talking about?
I don't live there, so I can't speak for Ireland. Boy.
Listen, please listen to me. And for any traveller that is listening, there is a guy called Outside the Colony. He's a fellow traveller. You will find him on YouTube. Please go on his page and learn about who you
Oh,
are.
that's what it's
The
about,
fuck
then.
is
Promoting
actually
your
going
bedroom
on.
and that, bruv. That's what it's about. He's promoting his boy, bruv. Go on his YouTube and subscribe and donate.
No,
Link
you
in
ain't.
bio.
No, you ain't. Nah,
Listen,
you're being
are you
silly,
an
man.
absolute idiot? He is asking me why any Irish traveller would sit and stand with a neo-Nazi. And I am explaining to him why they
I
should.
don't know what the man is.
What don't you understand
What
about
he's
that?
doing.
So, Minces, if you
I
was
don't
in
think it's
control
right.
and you had all the laws and the powers, what would you do then, sir?
I get rid of the white English.
What? You said what, bruv?
I get rid of the white
Oh, man.
English.
Put us where? Where are you going to put
Oh, my
us?
word.
Huh?
Minkus.
Get rid of
Rwanda.
underground or get rid of like?
Send you
Send
back
him
to
to Rwanda.
send you back to Europe.
Where, like, where would I want to go? I don't mind going to Italy, bruv. You could pay for my flight and
You
ticket
don't
and
get
put
in
my
Italy.
hotel.
Wishful thinking.
Listen,
you don't get in
boy.
Italy. You're getting
You've
Ukraine,
robbed-
bro.
You've
What's
robbed the
that?
world's wealth.
You're
Shouldn't
getting
be able to
Ukraine.
afford
You're getting
it.
Poland.
Can I not go to the Maldives or something?
Nah.
You can't
It's
ship
too
me out
hot.
there.
It's too hot round there. You're gonna get burnt, bro.
Yeah, we're all in Ibiza already, bruv, and all them places. We get
And you
burnt. We look like
still
tomato.
get burnt.
Yeah, it's fine, bruv. We'll live with the burning, bruv. It's all
Nah,
right.
and
It's a little bit.
listen. You know what? The truth is, jokes aside, the Spanish have had enough of you, bro. You know
Who
that's
said
true.
that? Who said that, Jedi?
The
The
party
fucking world
islands.
has enough of them.
They've been protesting, and like they've had enough of English tourists coming over there, getting drunk and doing whatever.
Because
They've
they're
been
a bunch
enough.
of sobby cunts who sleep midday, bruv. That's what it is. They get their little siesta naps and tomato throwing competitions. When we come over there, bit of the boys, bit of banter, they can't handle it. It's like, oh, what is going on here? We don't like this. Please go away. What are you talking about, bruv? Have a lighten up, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
I can't lie, you are fucking hilarious. I find you funny,
Shitty old
man.
world, Jedi, we live in, you know. It's a shitty old world, bruv. No one wants a bit of fun and a bit of banter, bruv. Laughing and smile, bruv. That's what's going to bring the world together. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is. Words from Elvin. Yeah, coming straight live and direct.
Straight from Elvin. Hey,
He's
Elvin,
the
you're
fucking
hilarious.
English that pulled the world apart.
You just told me you want to get rid of me, Minces. Where you want to put me, bro? That's not fair. You're trying to migrate me out of my own land, bruv. It's crazy, that. Don't know about that, mate.
But if I had my way, I'd create a rocket and I'd send you all off to space.
Oh, that
Oh, wow, space in
Come on.
Yeah,
Look,
he's trying to get you off the planet. Elvin, man, fucking hell. So is this what you lot got to deal with? Is this the type of vibes you get as an Englishman all the time?
All the time, Jedi, bruv. We get bullied, bruv. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is. We get told no seasoning on our food. We got told we ain't got no teeth. We get told we can't spell. We ain't got no education. Told we want benefits. This is all we ever get, right? What's that? Mate, you need to go and talk to your Wi-Fi person because you ain't got honestly, forget the teeth and that, bruv. BT needs to take a trip round your house, bruv.
It's true,
You know what I mean? And you know what
Steve.
you know what
It's
I mean?
true,
That's
Steve.
British Telecom, if you didn't know. Yeah? It's British Telecom. Do you know what that is?
Not Irish. Not Irish Telecom. Is that what you're saying?
Not Irish Telecom, yeah? You're probably on BE Minsters, isn't it?
Hey. I,
Do you know what I mean? Like, look, like I said, Jedi, I'm an honest person, bruv. I can look from the outside in, and
yeah.
I tell you, yeah, that we've got. You know what I'm saying? We are. You know what I'm saying? Looks wise, not gonna lie, we are a hideous bunch of people, bruv. Sometimes, you know what I mean? We do look like. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Like we crack on with it, bruv. You know what I mean? I told you, I went down to the protest. I swear to God, I thought I was in a thief.
But can I ask
It
you
is
your
mad. It
honest
is mad.
opinion?
It is
Do
mad.
you not
But
think?
what have brown people heard? Sorry, talk to me.
I was just going to say there. Do you
Talk
not
mince.
think? Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah.
Like these are
Yeah,
me,
I can
British
hear
Telecom, bruv. I swear.
Yeah, yeah,
So I was just going to say, do you not
yeah,
think the
yeah.
fools that are running around the place with no teeth are not dangerous? Because when you are looking at a type of man that has nothing to lose, and if he wants to go out into a crowd of people and create harm, I mean, you do understand what's happening in America at the moment.
Boys, all this is meant to be about immigrants, right? Come on. Take it
Hey,
eventually.
And but the whole, you know, the
Yep.
irony in an Englishman telling a migrant
Somebody is educated
about
enough to
England
know
when
what's
the
going on.
Englishmen themselves are migrants there. I mean, pick up a history book, any of you.
Yeah, there's an Englishman that wants us all to go home.
Yeah, but the
And
English are
that's
the
the thing.
first.
There's an Englishman out there that wants us. Well,
no, but Jed, I want people. I told you how I sort of bullet point it, bruv. If your food's good, you can stay. You know what I mean? Like that's my understanding of it, bruv.
that just
Like,
making
you know
me
what I
laugh
mean?
because like my food's good, yeah, but I don't know if everyone's appreciating the old Agusi soup. Yeah, do you know what I mean? You might be saying that because you think I'm Jamaican and you like jerk chicken, but when you
A gussie
come round to
what?
my
What's
house
that?
and the Nigerian, yeah, this is what
Jedi,
I'm saying.
did you,
Go and Google it and don't
Jedi,
be rude.
did you
Go-
just say there
I'm
that you,
gonna Google that right now. Hold on. What's it called? How'd you spell it?
Jedi, did you just say
don't
that
be rude,
you were
Elvin.
Jamaican?
No, I won't, bruv. I'll be normal, bruv.
Say that
What's it
again.
called? A goose in a soup. A goose in a soup, bruv. What's that?
Jedi, did you just say there that you were Jamaican?
Tell me to eat a goose in a
No,
soup,
no.
bruv.
I said that. Hey, what is this guy's fucking killing me? I can't be serious with this guy, man. No,
Sorry,
I
but
said
we're getting
that he
educated.
probably thinks I'm Jamaican and he likes Jamaican food. Yeah,
But
he probably
just
thinks, yeah, because he don't know the difference, right? Just like I didn't know the difference between travelers and Irish, he didn't know the difference between Jamaicans and Nigerians. So he thinks I'm
well,
Jamaican. He's
I
telling me he
do know
likes
the
my
difference,
food,
bruv. You just
but
told
I'm
me about a
saying my
goose in
food
a
is more of
soup.
a.
just to educate people, Jamaican people are technically our people. Their genetics are of that island as well.
Mate, this guy's a genetic freak, bruv. Do you study genetics or something, bruv?
Tell
No,
me,
Jamaicans have got 25% Irish DNA, just so you know.
Well, listen, lads, I'm getting educated on being a traveller, and I am a traveller. He's educating me
Mate, let
here.
me search up this a goose in a soup, bruv, because this is
uh,
driving me mad.
you
I
Let
do
me see.
you
fuck
do
off,
know
bruv.
who
I don't.
you do know who
One
Cromwell
sec, bruv. One
and
sec.
you do know who Cromwell is and what he done in Ireland and what he created is in the Jamaican islands. They are African and Irish people. The descendants of Jamaica are Irish people. Therefore, their genetics will go back to the Mesolithic people. So therefore, they would be indigenous English. So the
I bet you
white
never get. Oh, you're going to get
Englishman,
someone like him in there.
So
the
You've
white
got
What you're
right
now
to the
saying is,
Englishman
land. What Mingus
of
is
the
saying is
island.
they've
what you're
got a
now
right
saying
to
is
the
the
land.
I've never
Jamaicans.
spoke to.
Wait. You're saying the Jamaicans are indigenous British now, English.
Yes.
Yes, they have indigenous Celtic genes running through their blood.
All right.
Okay. All right. So I'm learning more.
Lads,
Hey, listen, just,
can I ask?
hey, bruv, what is that, bruv? Nah,
Stop.
what's Suf?
Fucking stop, bruv. Stop,
No, but
Elvin.
Jedi, they
Nah.
put
Because
whatever.
listen.
Oh,
Because I will bring up. I will bring up fucking jellied eels.
did you say?
I said I will bring up jelly deals and we'll be level. So don't let me go there.
Bring him up then, no problem, bruv.
Nah. No one wants jelly
Nah,
deals. No one wants
I'll
fucking.
speak with him. No, I'll speak with him because that food is horrendous, bruv. Bring him up. I ain't got a problem speaking with Jedi Deals, bruv. Bring him up, rise him up. I ain't got a problem, bruv.
You're a dickhead,
Because
bro. You're actually a dickhead.
a goose in a soup, that's not for me, bruv. Look, I don't know who made it, yeah, but is that Jamaican? That's not Jamaican, surely not. I've gone in Jamaican shops, bruv. They don't sell that, bruv. Nah, bruv. Nah, that's not Jamaican.
He's hoping not.
Hey, listen, man. You're a fucking idiot, bro. You're an idiot.
You know what I mean?
You actually make me laugh, bro.
So you would want to live in a country with a goose in a soup down every block, bruv? Are you taking a mick?
What is goose in a suit? What is it? Is it just,
I'll be honest, I
man.
want to know now. I'll be honest, I want
Hey,
to know.
Steve, don't join him, Steve. Don't fucking join in, bro.
Bruv, listen,
Pick up, by the way.
words of advice from Elvin, bruv. Shut down all the goose in the goose shops in London, bruv. Immediately,
He's got you
bruv.
crying, hasn't he?
Effective.
He's got you crying, this
never
fella.
come across anyone like him. I don't know. No, he's still there.
You want this? Talk, man.
I'm there. I'm on this. It's me over traveling.
Hey, listen, he's proper got me, bro.
Hi, boys. I'm with 3 other travelers in this motor, so we're all listening to you.
Sweet, bruv. Be right, travellers, man. The real ones, bruv.
There he's been. And we'll have a bit of wacky backy.
You know what I mean, bruv? I don't get it, bruv. Do you know what I mean? It's like you draw the line there, bruv. I'm not trying to put... This is what I'm saying. Come over here and you start putting goose and donkeys and that in soups, bruv. I'm not trying to eat that, bruv. You know what I mean? Like chicken, boom, grill it, fry it, curry it, whatever. I can deal with that, bruv.
You said there's something in it, be in it, instead of something else. Yeah.
What's going
Shut
on there,
up,
bruv?
man. All of you lot, shut up.
Post Nigerian food.
No. I'm not in a position to defend my cuisine. You lot are getting on my nerves, man. Elvin, you're getting on my nerves. Go on fucking mute, man. Pissing me off. Let's get back
I
to
know one thing.
Oh my
I've never
God.
had a jelly deal in my life. I know that much.
There is a guy.
Jelly deal. So I'm saying you would rather eat. I'm telling you now. You would rather eat a goosey soup, not a goose in a soup. A goosey soup. Yeah. EGUSI. Yeah. You'd rather eat that than jelly deals. Don't lie to me. You don't like jelly deals,
Yeah, true. I don't like jelly deals.
right?
All right, boys. There's 2 other travelers there. They're listening. They said hello.
Yeah, listen.
Hello.
Who's reporting the lives? We're not even doing nothing wrong over here. Like,
They
leave us
don't want-
alone, man. What the hell?
They don't want. They
Dunno,
don't want
bro.
us. They don't want us giving you the education. That's what it is.
Right,
There's
right.
There's a guy in the comments called OTC.
What's your name, mate?
Sorry,
Listen,
Felix.
does it-
1 second, Felix.
There's a guy in the comments called OTC. Bring him up. There's a fella that'll give you an education.
Okay, yeah. He's been commenting on my posts and whatever. I'm willing to have OTC. Oh, there's loads of you lot there. OTC, yeah, man. Anytime. All right, so
I thought overnight. Maybe not everybody.
big up Elvin as well because he was funny. And this is the thing, yeah. I obviously know that it depends on how hardlined you are with your views. But some people have got views like, look, I don't want immigrants coming over illegally, and I want the borders to be kind of that more regulated. And then they can still have a laugh, have a joke with you, and they actually don't see you as less of a human. And then there's some that just based on the immigration or something Tommy said in their ears, they think everyone that don't look like them is a demon that should be like cast out. Mass immigration. People like Danny Tomo and that talking about re-migration, getting rid of millions of people and stuff like that. Right? That's ridiculous. I can't actually work with somebody that thinks like that. Do you know what I mean?
If English people actually did proper history, and if we had to run with that logic, they'd all be getting fucked off that island as well.
Right. I hear you.
I don't get
If they
why
can't put you
people.
off this island if you're born here.
No, you're not listening, bud. Their genetics are not of the island. If they're running with that logic is saying black and brown people are not of there, nor are they. The royal family is
But
fucking.
they helped build this country,
The
boys.
royal
Whatever
family
they're
is
from.
fucking German, for fuck's sake. I mean, is there a light bulb
Yeah,
moment for
And
anybody?
big up Rach for the gifts, man.
Minkus is speaking to the ideology.
Listen,
not the people.
when the Jamaicans and all the people come over, they helped build this country, boys.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
listen,
After the World War II.
the Jamaicans carry Metallithic DNA. They're actually of that island. Their ancestors are. Cromwell rounded up people, the ones that he didn't kill, he sent on coffin ships to the Jamaican islands and the Africans. They all bred with each other, made a generation of Jamaicans, which are technically African and Irish, making them Metallithic DNA. The fuck don't people understand?
You're like a scientist.
It's the English DNA is here in question. Where does that come from? Because it doesn't come from England.
Big up Spirit Flow. Sorry, man. I've been in middle of conversation. I want to see what pops up. If I ain't bigged you up for your for the love you've shown, please just know that I'm humble and I'm grateful in the heart. Do you know what I mean? With all these people talking and that, sometimes it's difficult to, you know what I mean, interrupt and say big up for the gifts. I want you to know I appreciate everything. Send more. Send more, man. Send more. Yeah! Send more! Sorry. So what people, I think that what people need to realize is, I'm not someone that takes myself overly serious. I'm a serious person, but much like Elvin, I do like to introduce a little bit of lightheartedness, just to break down the barriers, and that we can all see each other as humans. I can make you laugh, you can make me laugh, and at the end of the day, I don't want to see you die. I don't want to see you die or lose your life or be displaced. I just think that if we communicate better, but only some of us can communicate like this. There's other people, once it gets to the topic of countries or migration or anything like that, there's nothing but anger and I suppose hate and like really high octane emotions, which mean you can't have conversations. I don't feel that strongly about these topics. So it's probably why I can go to a march and chat with people, because I'm not foaming at the mouth. I don't see the Union Jack and just start, you're all fucking racist. And some people do.
And in the years that I've known Jedi as well, can I testify to the fact that that is true, what he just said as well?
Right.
He includes all people and don't leave people out.
That can be true and all, but we are literally being ethnically cleansed in our indigenous country. Our children are killing themselves. We make up 11% of all suicides in this country. We are less than 1%.
That's not a word we should use on there, is it?
We can use it. It's factual.
Okay.
They can't take that down. So when you're walking into a crowd and you're asking people about us, when people are so uneducated, it's you don't know what you're doing. And look, I accept that you weren't educated in any of that, but when you were talking about people that are neo-Nazis, like that crowd of people was unprecedented, and there's a lot of twisted ideologies in there that don't know who they are, don't know their history, don't know jack shit about what's going on, walking around the place toothless, picking on people that they don't know fuck all about. And these are the same people that will claim that they're not racist when they're the definition of it. The construct of whiteness was created in Ireland on the backs of my ancestors, not black people, white Irish people. That is a fact. Ireland was the first country that was colonized. So when you were talking about it, you're talking about 950 years ago. Africa, what had happened 450 years ago. There's 500 years of a discrepancy that nobody talks about when it comes to history. People on an academic level are all aware of this, but ordinary people were taught to be sheep, to be good taxpayers, pay as much tax out through their life, don't ask questions, and die in a timely fashion. That is the reality of these islands. If
Can I ask you one question?
well,
Please, I don't mean to be rude, but not many people do know our culture, and he's only trying to find out a little bit our opinion.
oh,
You know what I mean?
when you're
Hardly no one knows what we're like.
when you're talking about our culture, everything that has ever
We
been
don't really mix that much, Buzz. We don't really
no.
mix with people that much, though. You know what I mean? Only apart from our own kind. That's why no one really knows nothing about us.
I understand that, but our culture is actually written in the history books. There is no history on settled Irish. These are the terms that people need to research. Research settled Irish, Northern Irish, travelling Irish. All of these names are slurs. They were given by Cromwell, divide and conquer. They were all indigenous Irish people, but they were treated different given the name that they were given. So, and all of this was done to hide the Irish settler, aka the English, in plain sight. So when you're looking at the Irish government, they're descendants of Anglo-Irish, which they're English, which if you chase their genetics, they're European. There is so much going on here that you don't know. And when you're talking about travelers' culture, you're talking about Gaelic culture. So any movie that you've ever seen, let it be a witch, a vampire, a dragon, any kind of movies like that, that's all Irish folklore. That is our culture. It was our culture that saved Europe or the western side of the world as you know it, because when Europe fell into the Dark Ages, Ireland was the cradle of knowledge. That was our people. England didn't exist. English people didn't exist. And it was Irish people that taught the English how to read. The English have this way about them of going around the world, having this superior attitude, thinking that they civilized the world. In reality, they are a lie. Pick up any history book, it will tell you the same thing.
Fair enough.
Where are you from, yo, pal?
Where am I from? Originally Kerry, but I live in Cork.
Have you ever been to England?
Yeah, and I live there.
You've got to be the most educated traveller man I've ever spoken to in my life.
I am not. There's plenty educated travellers in Ireland.
Not like you. I've never. You're the first one I've ever met with.
Well, listen, bud, you should join our lives. There is plenty of us there. And what we do, now that we have the opportunity of the world's ears, we are clearing up the narratives. So all you need to know is when it comes to schools, they are teaching bullshit. Any history teacher between Ireland, England, Scotland, Wales, they're teaching your children nothing but shit. That is the truth.
Yeah, the full education system is whitewashed.
It is absolute all bollocks.
Right, can we get some more travellers on there, yeah? Big up yourself, LT. How you doing, sis?
Hi,
Good?
Jedi. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, man, I'm great. I want to get some more.
Sis. Hope you
I want to
well.
get some more Irish travellers, or if you're in the chat, just let me know how.
I can share the live, Jedi.
Yeah, thank you.
I can share the live. I'll share the live app.
Thank you.
I've got two other travellers here. You can ask their opinions.
Yeah. Like, I mean, Felix. So, was you was offended by things I've said recently, right? Is that true?
No, it's not true.
Oh, that's not true. Sorry. You actually said that you understood where I was coming from and that you don't think I was trying to be disrespectful, right?
No, you wasn't. You really wasn't. We're just asking the question. That's all you're asking.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't say any harm in it.
Yeah.
Because what the sister said to me was, "Why bring us up? Why are you bringing us up?" And almost as if I have no right to bring up Irish travellers in an example, and I don't think that was fair. But I wasn't trying to throw you under the bus. I was just saying. I guess what I'm because I just got it wrong anyway because I felt like the Irish travellers were not documented back in the days, like early in the 80s and stuff like that. And maybe I was wrong. Maybe some people lied to me, but that's what I thought.
Listen, I knew her. She was a cousin of mine.
Okay.
I knew her.
Send her a text and just let her know that I'm a good guy. All right.
I will do. Not a problem with that, man. Listen, boys, we're gonna get off there. Listen, keep doing what you're doing. I think you're doing a good job.
All right, big up yourself, Felix. Chat soon.
All right, come on.
Yeah, man. Because I think that was the purpose. Yeah, that was the purpose, man. Just to like leave a little a lasting piece of evidence that says, you know what, Jedi has taken on board what he said wrong, he's apologized, and he's willing to learn. That's why I'm so quiet when Mince is talking, because he's dropping that knowledge, and I'm taking it all in. So I don't want to be ignorant and then get accused of being racist.
Jedi,
Appreciate that,
what I
brother.
would say to you is we are going through an ethnic cleansing in Ireland. And it like this is where I have a problem with it, right? As a black man and as a fellow minority, you know exactly what it's like to grow up in a white country, and you know what it's like to be judged and have people say all slanderous things. In
Yeah.
reality, who I am and who my people are represent a world that the English doesn't want to tell the rest of the world. They would love nothing more that if all of us were gone. But here in Ireland, we are genuinely living with an apartheid. Anything that makes up society, we are not a part of in Ireland. It was done by design. So when we have people like yourself walking into a crowd like that, that is dangerous for us. People are under this illusion that travellers are these fighting violent men and that we can protect each other. The reality of it is we are ceasing to exist. We are losing our children massively. So when you're bringing us into an argument, please at least do some research to have an understanding of what you're bringing us into. Because there is nobody in that crowd is educated enough, and any traveller that is following Tony Robinson, you need your head testing. This man would wipe us off the planet. He does not care about
First
us.
and foremost, yeah. Big up Steve, sending a love, sending a family heart to that. Big up. Secondly, Stephen Yaxley Lennon is Irish, is he not?
Yes.
What I've heard recently, after I've made my statement, someone left a comment saying, "Oh, I know what you're doing," because Tommy Robinson has thanked the Irish traveller community personally. This is why you're trying to separate them. Now, I had no clue that Tommy Robinson had done that, and this is just testament to the fact that I'm tuned in with forces that are higher than me. I'm tuned in with a consciousness that's higher than me, and I'm just a vessel. And sometimes these ideas pop up, and I speak about things, and the relevance of them become clear later. I promise you, hand on heart, had no idea that there was any talk about travellers and Tommy. But now looking back on it, it's quite strange. So why is Tommy thanking the travellers? Because the travellers apparently came out in huge numbers to support his movement. And I want to know from you travellers out there, I've heard from Mintz, I've heard from Felix, I want to know from you travellers out there, what's going on? Like, why do you support Tommy? Why?
I actually kind of want to know the same thing.
Yeah,
That is
I want to hear.
for any English traveller that is
There's
listening.
one in the live at the minute. Peace, come up.
Peace is here. Big up, Peace. Welcome.
Yeah, hello. Hello, I'm not going to lie, I was angry at you, Jedi, but you did apologise, so I accept your apology.
Big up, man. Big up.
That's
Thank
fine.
you.
That's all well and good, dear brother. So basically, what you said there, Minkers, was he'd wipe us off the face of the earth, of the planet, or whatever. He wouldn't. He actually grew up with travellers. He said this himself.
Oh my God, please.
Hold on, listen, you had to be
Minkers.
You had to be talking long
let
enough
him get it
now.
off his chest and then respond.
So you said you didn't understand, so I'm explaining. So basically, he grew up with travellers himself. The last protest, he asked travellers to turn up. He needs their support. That's aligning with travellers. His mother is Irish. This man is Irish. And let me tell you something. What this is, I don't know why people are so against the man for trying to stand up and be a voice for all them little victims for the last 20, 30 years that's been gang raped by a lot of Pakistani Muslim men, by Muslim men. That's an act of war in Islam. There's a thing called jihad, and raping women and children is an act of war. Don't you understand? What is wrong with people going against You're going against someone that's trying to stand up and fight back against this. What is wrong with you? Snap the hell out of it, man. There's something bigger coming. There's something bigger coming. This is bigger than Ireland. This is bigger than the history of Ireland. It's bigger than BLM. It's bigger than all of that. There's a religious war coming. Don't you understand?
Jedi, will you put me up on the big screen there for a sec? So,
Tap the screen, family. Tap the screen, please. Tap the screen. Yo, these words. I don't want. Now, please, I don't want to get my live in trouble. The words that you got on there, just read it out, brother. You're better off reading it out. Please.
Right, but are we talking about why travelers are alive?
Educational purposes only. Hold on, please. Jedi's trying to protect his life. Hang on. Put EPO in the chat, people, in the chat. Educational purposes only.
Yeah.
Put that in the chat now.
This is why I can't be asked with TikTok, because honestly, other platforms we can just speak as adults and we can speak on adult themes. It's not an issue. Like, this is ridiculous on TikTok, man. But yeah, go on, Mincers.
But it protects the life.
Read it out for me, please. Read it out.
Listen, they can't. We make up 11% of all suicides in the country. We're a country of 7.5 million people, but we are less than 1%. So I am dealing with reality, or people are ceasing to exist. What peace is doing is beyond me.
Inciting hatred, you're going to say, is far right?
Right. You were literally talking for a man that is a neo-Nazi.
He's not a neo-Nazi. Listen, did you not know that there was a documentary? Have you ever heard of Panorama? Have you ever heard of Panorama? Hold on for a minute. You made a claim, so I'm saying something about that, yeah? So basically, have you ever heard of Panorama? You know how...
Listen, I don't care about any of that.
Listen. What they're trying to do is they try to frame Tommy. They tried to make up a whole lot of lies about Tommy, right? They tried to make it look like a Jimmy Savile situation. And they tried to build a hate campaign against him. And basically, there was a woman that got word of it, and she went in with a hidden camera. Tommy got word of it, and he sent the woman in with a hidden camera. And the people of that documentary Panorama, which is one of the biggest political shows that there is in the UK, basically biggest news shows, they were caught on camera making up lies about Tommy Robinson and telling people what to say. He found out about this. He made his own documentary to counteract it, called Panodrama. You need to look it up, everybody. This is actual factual. This is truth. They tried to set him up. Everything that you're hearing about him is a lie. They tried to they did actually put him in solitary confinement when that was against his human rights. That could have impacted, and it did impact his mental health. It only takes, I think it was a psychologist that said to him that it takes 2 weeks in solitary confinement before your mental health starts to get affected. They left him in there for 7 months. They were going to leave him in there longer. They tried to silence the man. They covered it up because they wanted votes. They didn't want to incite any race tensions or religious tensions within the Asian community. So they covered up all the G gang crimes, the rapes, the unaliving, the torture of the young little girls. And you're against a man that's standing up trying to fight against this. Who's the Nazi here?
Have you just fucking read what I put up on the screen about your people? He is enforcing
you've been going on about that. What has that got to do with Tommy Robinson? What has that got to do with Tommy Robinson?
What fucking planet are you on?
I don't know what planet you're on. What has that got to do with Tommy Robinson?
Because he's enforcing a system that is buried in our oppression.
I don't know what Irish travel unalivings has got to do with Tommy Robinson going against, fighting back against Islamic extremists. I really don't understand what the connection is.
The English systems that still are in Ireland and still are at play.
Yeah, but you no offense, but you sound like a broken record sometimes. This is a different situation. This is about an Islamic jihad.
Hang on, the mod has asked.
And you're going back to Travers on unaliving rates and not being accepted in England. That has nothing to do with Tommy's fight up against Islamic extremists.
Oh my God.
Will you listen to yourself? You're against the man who wants to try and fight against grooming gangs. What's wrong with you?
Who do you think they were wiping out before they were wiping out anyone else?
Let's give the mic to LT, the sister that's joined. She's not had a chance to speak. LT, please take the microphone.
Thank you, Jedi. Hi guys, hope you're all good. So I want to just play a wee bit of both sides. So what? Sorry, is it Mincers?
Yeah.
Yeah, what you're saying about the travelling community and about it being torn apart and these are still basically colonised, essentially.
Yes.
That's all true.
I
Peace,
know.
what you're saying about sort of living like together and unifying and stuff, it's true as well. And you have just made a perfect example of what Tommy Robinson stands for, and it's the division in between everyone. Because at the end of the day,
Rob is not trying. He's trying to unite, not divide.
Sorry. One person's struggle is not more than another person's struggle. So because the Irish community have went through something, it doesn't mean that that's more important than what someone else has gone through. And the point where we all need to unite within is realising
against Islamic extremism, yeah.
In a certain sense, and we now need to look to why we're struggling. What is the reason for that struggle? Who is the reason?
Islamic extremism. Islamic extremism.
LT, I totally agree with you, but the shortest way of explaining it is we are still living with colonized
PDF files.
Will you mute him there for a second?
Don't do that. Let him one at a time, man. One at a time. LT, I mute you because you got background noise. That's why I keep muting you. When you want to speak, come off the mute.
The fastest way of explaining it, this man upholds a system that was created out of colonization. All of these islands are still self-colonizing. That is the truth about it. Let you be black, white, pink, green, or anything in between. If you're not born into the right class of people, you're pretty much fucked.
I understand that because I'm also Scottish and I'm from one of the roughest areas. And the minute you mentioned the area that I was brought up in, everyone always knows it's like for gang violence and all of that. I was brought up in amongst it all.
Yeah, so you know exactly what I'm saying, LT. So what I'm saying to, like, half of these men that went to that march, I'm not saying all of them are racist, right? But they all went there drinking, having a good time, thinking it's great and all the rest of that. These men don't realise they're creating a system and upholding a system that's going to fuck them. If they're not coming from upper middle class or the top class, the ruling class, you're pretty much fucked. They want people divided, let there be black, white, settled, traveller, whatever the case may be. They want them divided because it's as long as
we're united.
Peace. You're talking about a country that has gone into 58 countries around the world, raped, murdered, and
here we go.
Right, of course, here we go. Is it not the truth? Is it not the truth?
Well, there's a different fight right now at the moment. There's an Islamic extremist jihad coming along. Don't ever get it twisted. And if you listen, I'm not going to try and convince you. I'm not going to try and convince you. Trust me. It's like talk to a brick wall with some people. I understand that when it comes to Tommy. So I'm not going to go around in circles of people who want to stay ignorant on the matter. So there's no point. But I want to get back to two comments there. Not from you in the comment section. So someone said that Tommy is paid by Israel to cause division. So when people say that Tommy is being funded by Israel, what they mean is Tommy was a part of a media company a few years back, and there was someone within that media company that was being, I don't know exactly the full situation, but they were getting money from Israel somehow. Tommy had nothing to do with it. As soon as people found out he was connected to that media agency, that's when people say, Tommy's getting funded by Israel. It's because of that media agency. Someone else was being funded, not Tommy.
Host, can you put me up?
I disagree, Peace.
Well, that's what he said in the podcast. That's what he said that in the podcast himself.
I disagree.
Host, he
said that himself
on the big screen there.
So
why
was on Company's House the EDL jointly linked in a company?
No, the EDL was called
directors. Don't forget that
the EDL was called the Israeli Defense League. That's what it was registered as first. That's the first registered name. Then it went to the EDL. Then it went back to the Israeli and English Defense League.
And what did Tommy do? He took himself away from it because it was full of schnauzes. He did. He disaligned himself with it. He took himself away from it. Yes, he did.
He ain't taken. EDL was there. EDL was there on Saturday. EDL's never left his side. It's called rebranding.
Okay.
He didn't
what about his
rebrand being the
bankruptcy
party.
case when his bank accounts came out?
Let me say this.
What about his bankruptcy case where they proved payments from the director of Rebel
before you go
News?
there,
Yeah, from Rebel. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. The director from Rebel News. That's the one I'm talking about.
Stick a pin. Before you go there, Steve, we go there next. Make sure that's the next thing we talk about, right? But let's deal with this EDL, IDL thing, and he's not part of the EDL no more. Well, you tried that with the
hasn't
BNP.
existed for over 10 years.
Hold on. We tried that with the BNP. Look, this Saturday was a good example of what happens when something is rebranded. Half the people that saw that video that went viral with the Moroccan kid screaming out NF, half of them don't know what NF is. They have no clue. Now, some of us, a bit older, we're like, what? You don't know what NF is? Like, that was like the biggest thing growing up, right? All NF did was rebrand, reshuffle, and join with the BNP and became the BNP. And like Combat 18, all these things, they filtered into the political world, and they became like the BNP. Then after that, the BNP and EDL were side by side. Now they've kind of merged. Now we're in Reform or UKIP or Britain First or whatever. But it's all new names of the same people with the same ideas, just refining it and trying to stay one step in front of the law. So please don't think, because the EDL totally fucked it and it's been exposed that they've got Nazis in there. I've left the EDL. He created it. You don't leave them things. They follow him everywhere.
Right, but it has been following him because it keeps getting thrown into his face. Even though it doesn't exist anymore.
The FLA, now we want to act like the FLA don't exist. Do you remember the FLA? Do you remember the FLA? Now we want to act like they don't exist no more.
Do you have a past?
Yeah, I have a past, brother.
Right, that you're not proud of, right? We've all got one.
Yeah. When it comes to like victims of things that I've done for my own gain, then I'm not proud of. Yeah.
Exactly. So who are you or anyone, who is anyone, to shout out about all of these different things, about how bad a person is?
I'm a man of experience. I'm a man of the world. Now, you know what? I'm a man of experience, bro.
So is Tommy.
That's what puts me. Hold on. I'm not like one of these fuckers that ain't lived and ain't done wrong, whatever. I'm a man of experience. I know how to read.
Tommy.
Exactly. So I know when somebody's trying to rebrand and say, I'm not a blood no more, I'm not a Crip no more.
But that doesn't make it. That doesn't make you any less critical, does it?
Listen. I know when Giggs is accepting a mobile. You might not understand this analogy, and he's saying, gang violence is dead, man, and we need to get the kids off the street. And I'm not a gangster anymore. I understand that if I go to Peckham and I chat shit, one of his gangsters will kill me. Let's not talk. Let's not. For a long time, the mob, and for a long time, the mob has separated. For a long time, the mob has separated from their powerful leaders, right? So the senator will never be seen shaking hands with Mr. Corleone.
Right, so I understand that. So why should anyone listen to you now and what you're doing?
Now, but you need to understand what I'm saying. We're not dumb, bro. Hold on.
I understand what you're saying.
Please wait.
So why should anyone listen to you now when you've got past yourself?
Because I'm honest about it. And I started this. Hold on. And I started this live stream by saying I'm still a criminal. I still.
But then Tommy's better than you, then.
Well, listen. I will still steal donuts out of Greg's. I will still do it.
But then that doesn't make you.
I will still not scan. I will still go to Tesco's
to criticize Tommy.
I will still go to Tesco's and not scan the eggs. That's me.
Do you have the support of 3-4 million people behind you? No, you don't.
I could if I wanted to. I could have the support of the world if I wanted to.
It's undeniable.
Hold on. Listen, and this is me being honest. If I wanted to push a narrative, if I wanted to create a political party, if I wanted to have hundreds of thousands of people adoring me and chanting my name, because I'm the fucking shit and I'm the one that's come to tell the truth, I could. I purposely lived my life in the opposite way, where I tried to free people from putting people on pedestals. I free people from worshipping other men. That's what I do. So, like, just because you've got a bag of sheep that are calling your name, that doesn't mean nothing. In fact, that tells me that the establishment, is allowing you to garner this amount of power from that class of people. And no
it's
amount
easy
of
to blame the government all the time, isn't it?
Nah, bro, but this is the thing. It's like you don't like to admit how the world works. You pick and choose.
I know, but look, you don't like to admit that you're no better than Tommy Robinson. In this world that we live in, if they wanted to take Tommy out because he's such a threat, he'd be out. Exactly.
But he's not. He's not out. He's leading 3 million people through the centre of London. Let that sink in.
No, that's the message I'm trying to tell you.
You're not understanding what he's saying, Peace.
No, I understand perfectly what he's saying.
The fact that they're allowing him to do it, they want it to happen.
Thank you.
Peace, look at this.
Listen, you don't get it. They tried to stop it, don't you understand? They tried to cover it up, but they don't understand.
What do you think they're trying to cover? Hold on. Peace. You think they're trying to cover up?
Oh, they absolutely. Why do you think they put him in solitary confinement in prison? Why do you think he's been in and out of prison?
All right.
They tried to break his mind. They tried to break his mind. Why do you think he has to move around from different house to house and live in a different country?
I'm not even convinced that he stayed in jail the whole time. Listen,
for votes.
If you know the way the world works, right? I don't even believe he was in jail the whole time. Like,
oh my God!
Yeah. No, listen.
Me neither.
All it takes, is Grant Mitchell. Yeah.
Oh my God.
All it takes is Grant Mitchell to come to a cell and film you, and now the whole world's convinced that you've been in solitary confinement. Yo, stop talking while I'm talking, please. And I'll do it to you.
I just can't believe what you just said.
Yeah, but you're gonna, because guess what? I'm gonna open your eyes to the fact that you know fuck all about what's real. Yeah?
You just said that you don't even think he was in prison. He's been in solitary confinement all this time.
No. I'm just saying.
You think all this is a conspiracy?
Well, you know what? If you just ease off the gas a bit and give me some space to just talk,
go on.
Softly, then I'll be able to get my points out properly. I think I've said this for a long time. I'm gonna get this saying into a nice, neat package because I say it almost every time I have public conversations. We are controlled. Our perceptions as human beings, mine and yours and John down the road, we are controlled by weddings, births, deaths, prison sentences, hospitalization, and wars. Based on these things, our reality is controlled. Based on being told that this person gave birth to that person, or that person married that person, or this person killed that person, or these lot went to war with that lot, we are convinced about what the world is. The world is a stage, and you only need these 5 topics to convince you. So all you need to be convinced is that Tommy Robinson went to jail is to show him in a prison. That's all you need. Now, as soon as someone goes to jail, you're now convinced that the state is against them. We watch films every day where the state sends people to jail to create stories, but we ignore them. Our analytical brain goes out the window as soon as we find someone spewing a rhetoric that strokes our egos. Then we believe everything wholeheartedly. I bet you any money you would dissect the fuck out of any facts to do with the other side, the lefties. You dissect everything about them. But when it comes to someone that you like, that's saying a message that you feel, now it's just like, yeah, we believe it wholeheartedly. One piece of footage showed this brother in jail. One interview showed this brother in jail. While he was in jail, apart from that, not one person took a picture with the many camera phones. Not one person phoned their brethren and said, guess who's next door? Tommy Robinson. Not one person came out of jail and said, you know what? I was going to gym and I saw Tommy Robinson.
You know, he had to be put in protection, on the protection wing for his own
convenience.
Because what they did was they put him in a prison where all of his enemies of the people he was dealing with himself personally, they put him in the same prison. He got badly beat up in there. Is that a conspiracy? He lost his teeth. Is that a conspiracy?
Did you see him get beaten up in there?
It happened, but I didn't see it because I wasn't there.
Why are you so convinced it happened? Just out of interest.
Well, if you do your research and listen to the man and do your research properly, get deep into it instead of listening to what the far left, the hard left, have to say, you will actually listen. There's
who beat him up?
He's done Muslims, Pakistani Muslims.
Where are the Pakistani Muslims?
Do you remember that video?
Like a simple question. Any Pakistani Muslims in this chat right now? Furthermore, anybody in this chat, if you and your mates were involved in beating up Tommy Robinson in jail,
no, listen, that's far-fetched. That's far-fetched. Come on,
would you come out? Hold on. Would you come out and speak about it? Because I know I would. Not that I want to beat him up, but I'm just saying. Where are the people saying, yeah, we beat him up? Where are they? Where's one person on the ground saying, I know someone that was involved in beating him up?
Do you remember that video of him getting arrested outside the court for contempt of court when he was recording them rapists, Pakistani rapists? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Was it them? He said that it was them or something, but basically people who he was exposing, basically, they put him in the same prison as these people. He lost his teeth because of it.
I understand that, bro.
He got badly beat up because he was getting slapped around. There's many videos of him getting punched and slapped and things getting thrown at him.
No, there's not. There's not one video. There's not one video.
I promise you, I've seen many. I don't think
you've seen many videos of Tommy Robinson getting beaten up in jail.
I didn't say in jail. I said in the streets.
All right. No, well, I agree. I know there's plenty of times people have thrown milkshakes and whatever over Tommy, trying to give him a dig. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, this thing that convinced you was in jail. Yeah, this thing that convinced you was in jail was. No. What I'm trying to say is, yeah, you have been convinced that a man's storyline is tight, and I'm saying that when we check it out, this is what they do with everyone. They create these narratives that lock us in to like, yeah, he's part of my reality. He died. He was killed. He was beaten. He got sent to jail. He got married to her. She had that baby, and now we're convinced that they are who we say they are. I'll give you another example, right? This is random. We've got you could take your pick: Michelle Obama or Bridget Macron.
Bridget Macron. I call her Macron. Bridget Macron.
Men masquerading as women, right? But we've been convinced. Why? Because they got married. Oh, their wedding. I was at their wedding. I saw.
I think you're a big conspiracy theorist.
Must be a woman. These are her children. Oh, must be a woman. I present some kids, say they're mine, so I must be a woman.
No, but you're a conspiracy theorist by the sounds of it.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
So is there a conspiracy against Tommy? Is there a conspiracy against Tommy?
There's a massive conspiracy against Tommy.
Hold on.
Yeah,
because
can I
some
say
of you
something?
lot are doing this.
Too far-fetched, though, Steve.
Bro, you know what? Yeah, I can only. I think I'm gonna stop talking in groups, and I'm just gonna do my monologues when I'm ready, because honestly, there's people out there that genuinely need to hear what I'm saying, and you lot ain't got the patience to let me get through it, and I'm wasting, like they're saying in the chat, I'm wasting my energy. It's long. It's a waste of energy.
It's wasting mine too, to be honest, but
yeah, fair enough, man. Fair enough, peace. Big up yourself, brother.
I'm gonna drop anyway because we can all have our own views and opinions, but I would love you to do some research. There's a few different podcasts. There's an Oxford Union address as well. He got a round of applause for, so I would love you to watch a few of them things before you demonize the man. You know, that's all I'd say anyway.
One day I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna conversate with Tommy Robinson. He knows who I am. He's seen me. He's aware of me. Yeah. Anybody that's got a way to get to Tommy Robinson, have him come and sit down with me. I'm nobody. Yeah. I am a nobody. Literally a nobody. I don't even exist. But I think I do a good job of unbiased interviewing. And I think that other people have had the opportunity to. And I don't know why they were picked, but I think I'd be a good man for the job. And not to lambast him, not to give him a telling off, but just to have an open and honest conversation. And I think thinkers like me need to be pushed forward. We need to be given an opportunity, because I can talk, but I know I ain't gonna convince you in this 2 seconds. When you're eager to speak, someone else wants to speak. There's a lot going on. But what I've just spent the last 10 minutes trying to show you, something very important. Yeah, the ways psychologically, yeah, that we are convinced that something is real. I've worked this out, that this is all they need to do to us as the masses, and we lap up anything they give us. And I'm
Don't be
telling
fooled
you,
by a cover-up either.
I'm telling you, one of the oldest forms of martyring someone or putting someone on a pedestal is showing that they are at odds with the ruling class or putting them in prison. Almost every major prophet or anyone that ever claimed to be a prophet was imprisoned, or persecuted by the powers that be. And this did nothing but fuel the flames of the people on the ground to believe in them. This is textbook psychology. What you're seeing from Tommy Robinson, come out, go jail, come out, go jail, come out, go, do a march, go jail, come out, do a jail, is textbook psychology. Yeah, and if you study it and you remove yourself a little bit, you'll be like, do you know what? He's not actually fucking lying. I'm not actually talking shit. I'm convinced every time they tell me Britney Spears has gone to rehab. I'm convinced. That's where she's gone. Because I think that I'm in the know. The news tells me, the newspapers tell me, they want me to have an insight into what actually goes on. And because we start believing that lie, anything they present, we don't even challenge it. So when we hear, for instance, that Jeffrey Epstein is dead and he killed himself in a cell that was under 24-hour surveillance, we just eat it. When we hear that the person that caused 9/11, that crashed 2 planes into buildings in New York, has been found in Pakistan, killed, not given a trial, and dropped in the ocean within 24 hours, we believe it. And we say, okay, there's nothing more to see here.
Well, as you said, I would love for you to sit down with Tommy, and I would love to listen to a few of his podcasts. Since he came out, he's done quite a few, and it's very, very intriguing. And all the accusations against him, he speaks about them. It's very, very interesting. Even if you don't agree with it, I would still suggest that you watch a couple of his documentaries, especially his Oxford Union one.
Jedi, can I say something? Because I have to jump off.
So have I, actually. I have to jump.
Yeah, I have to
peace,
jump off.
Peace. Big at yourself. Yeah, Minsters, talk to me.
Right, listen, for anybody that's going to uphold neo-Nazi ideology, the picture that I have up there, and everywhere you see an English flag, that represents a mass grave of hundreds of thousands of indigenous Irish people. That's what you're upholding. So for people that don't know it, that is the reality. And this is what they won't teach you in England. That's what England done to Ireland, and it's ongoing today. So when you're looking at him, he does not represent Irish people. The man is a neo-Nazi. Please, just...
Can I ask you a question, Mince, yeah? Tell me something. One group of people calling him, Tommy Robinson, a neo-Nazi. The other group of people calling Tommy Robinson a Zionist. Can you, I understand, but maybe you might be able to put it in better words. How are you a Zionist and a neo-Nazi? Can you explain that to people?
Well, a Zionist is going to uphold laws, and a neo-Nazi is just someone that is incapable of feeling, really, and is willing to do anything because they feel justified. I mean, look, what I would say to people is just, and I mean this with all the respect in the world, because I don't hate ordinary English people, far from. I know it's not their fault, their government and all the rest of that. They don't know any of this. But please go look for history outside England, about England. They're not telling you the truth. The people that are going on that march are under this ideology that their lives are going to be better, that they're going to have more opportunity of jobs, that they're going to have a better standard of living. I'm sorry, if you didn't apply yourself as a young person to a proper education, you're just not going to have that kind of a lifestyle. And that is not anybody else's fault but yours or the government. That's the truth about that. Your schools are teaching you absolute bollocks, as they're doing the same thing in Ireland.
What are the schools teaching you?
Absolute bollocks. You know, and it is like, so when you have the likes of Tony Robinson, all he's trying to do is put myself and yourself at each other's throats. But in reality, what difference does it make to me if you are rich or poor, or the opposite? It's irrelevant to my life. Your skin color is irrelevant. Your culture, your ideologies, all of that is irrelevant. Once you were an upstanding citizen, as I, then we can get on. You're not going to affect me. I'm not going to affect you. These people, look, I'm
All
the
right,
type
but
of
you know
person.
what? You know what, Mince? Let me put my 1 second. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. You know what, Mince? Yeah. Hold on a minute. You need some of this. You need some of this, right? So you telling me, yeah?
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, you knew it was coming in because he's saying things, and I'm like, there's no one gonna battle him. So let me put my hat on, right? So are you gonna tell me, Mince, yeah, that you don't see there being an issue with immigration in the UK?
Absolutely. Listen, England is made up of immigration.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, do you not see that there's a clear issue with undocumented men coming into this country? 30,000 since January.
Right. So, right. The way I look, this is the way I honestly look at that. You have people trying to get from all over the world, trying to have some kind of a better standard of life. And sadly, they're all told that the Western side of the world, that it's a better side, that they can achieve this, achieve that, and etc. So you've hundreds of thousands of men literally putting their lives in risk, traveling through a sea. I was literally looking at a story where a guy used a jetpad, I think that's the name of it, where he came across the sea in one of them.
But in a jetpack?
You know, fucking, what is those things that it's like a motorbike for water. What's it called?
Jet ski.
Jet ski, that's it, fucking jet ski. Do you honestly think people, if they had a choice, or if there was a better life anywhere else, they would be literally getting into a sea? And I mean, they're then getting to a country that has literally created...
Yeah, but okay, all right then, all right, but why they on their Jet 2 holiday? Why they fucking going past France and Germany and Spain and they're coming over here? Why are they going past all these other countries?
Because England is portrayed to the world of the land of honey, the land of opportunity, when it's absolute bollocks. But of course, if you're coming from a country on the other side of the world and you're not really educated on any of these things, it is just imprinted in your head.
But the thing is, yeah, we've sent enough people back for them to say, you know what, England's not all that. So they must know that by now, bro.
Not
Why
necessarily.
are they coming here?
Right, but you're also forgetting the guys that are trafficking on them and the millions that are being made. They're not going to tell the ordinary people that there's people being sent back. They're going to take everything that these people have to send them on a boat. If they're lucky enough to get off that boat, they're on their own in England.
Okay, but 30,000 men jumping off dinghies at Dover, yeah, without any registration, we don't know who they are, whatever they are. How can we look the mothers of these children that have been abused in the eyes and say, it's not really a problem? How can we do that?
The same way they did with the Catholic Church.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Stop.
Do we not know what the Catholic Church has done? If it wasn't raping or murdering our babies, they were selling them. They're literally still digging up mass graves of 780 babies in Ireland. It's on every paper. It's actually gone viral. I mean, I'm not here canvassing for sick people. If you have the ability to hurt a child or hurt a woman, I think they should bring back the unaliven law.
Yeah.
That's where I stand there. But if people think raping children and women is a black and a brown thing and not a white thing, they're away with the fairies. Raping children is an act of war.
You need to use TikTok language, man, because that's the
Please, man, please.
Sorry. Yeah, so raping is an act of war, and it is as old as war itself.
Wait. So what are you saying? What? So you're saying you want people to know it's not just a brown thing, it's not just a black thing, but whites are doing it, or are you saying that it's majority whites are doing it? I weren't sure what your point was.
The point I'm making is it exists in every society on the planet. Let you be black, white, brown, Asian, or anything in between. It exists. There is nothing that people can do. Listen, if the people of England truly wanted to rid the country of that, bring back the unaliven law. Anybody that would ever consider doing that, be rid.
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm afraid of the unaliven law for the reason that once the unalivened law's out, you're gonna find the conviction rate of black wrongings is gonna go through the roof, yeah, and the miscarriages of justice are gonna be like immeasurable. There's gonna be so much brothers that are gonna be wrongly convicted and executed. Like this is why I'm afraid of the unalivened, because I'd like to use that rule. I always say me and my people when we're talking on YouTube, I'm always saying, yo, I'm for like, if you're guilty, but then what happens when you think someone's guilty and you're convinced they are, and then later evidence comes out and shows that person's innocence? You cannot reverse an execution, you know,
Right.
and that's why I'm a bit scared of it, because I reckon us lot, me, my lot, your lot, Mince, we're gonna fall foul of this law.
Right, listen, I understand that,
you know what I mean?
right? But if they updated and created that law specifically for people that would ever harm a child.
No, but that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying we can convict anyone of that crime, right? The minute we take their life, we run the risk, because there's people that have been convicted of these crimes that are innocent. We're gonna have to.
Right, Jedi, then what's the lesser evil?
Life in jail. Then at least if we find out they're innocent, we let them out and we give them a few quid.
Right, but if we look into graping culture, and it's culture, either people want to accept that or not, it is, right?
Yeah.
And if we were truly to lock up everybody that had an interest in that culture, we wouldn't have enough of prisons. I mean, let's keep it real.
You're probably right. I don't know. You're probably right. Look, man, because now we go to the problem of taxpayers' money paying for these lot to stay alive for 30, 40, 50, 60 years.
Right,
like that's fucking that's shit as well.
Here is something that I was just schooled on in Breasley, right? So when you're talking about taxpayers' money, what is money but numbers on a computer?
Facts.
Do you know what I mean? So a lot of people.
Like, what I'm saying is, we say that now. What is money but money on the computers? But now the issue is, I've seen so many, and it's normally women, and I want to understand what's going on, right? Have you seen women talking about the free food that migrants get to eat? Have you seen them? Like,
yes.
Yeah, it's like so they do these hotel audits where some people even sneak into the hotel. The first thing they shoot towards is the cafe. They go straight to the diner. And it's like a bit of jealousy, looking at what they're eating, and it's like, oh, look, where they're getting all this name brand food from, and oh, they're being given a spread, and oh, look, they've got real milk, and we've got Cravendale. I don't know what's going on, but there's like a proper jealousy, like you're hungry.
So you know,
and this is you can't be mad.
Do you know what the real issue is behind that, though?
Have you looked?
Set up in areas where people are like working class or lower class, so they're struggling. They're in that state of survival. So when they see someone getting something and they feel like they're entitled to it, they're then projecting that onto the other people. It's not right.
Yeah, but I've never heard of people being angry that refugees are being fed free food, and it's getting brought up so much more. So it's got to be about it's got to be about the cost of living, isn't it? It's got to be the fact that we're all feeling the pinch, isn't it?
It definitely is, because I think lots and lots of people are really, really scared about it, and then they're projecting those fears onto the other things that are around them, and I think that's a design thing. I think that's obviously
because when I see them, and it's the women are so pissed. Like women I spoke to on Saturday, they were like, "Have you seen the food that they're given?" I'm like, "Fucking hell!" Like you're being very specific. You know, it's like they're getting better food than what we can afford. And that's bang out of order, you know.
Yeah. Jedi, have you ever
Answer a question you asked in a minute, please, Jedi?
Yeah, please go for it now, Steve. And then I want to get to
you asked.
I want to get to the lie slayer after you.
No worries. You asked how Tommy Robertson can be a Zionist and a Smartsy at the same time, yeah?
Yeah.
So first of all, he was involved with Pegida, the German street movement, which is a Smartsy movement. He was even that much involved with it. He was trying to bring it to the UK. That didn't come to fruition.
Is that with what's the guy's name?
AFD.
No, what's the guy's name you read out the speech?
No, I'm not sure.
Martin Selner.
Yeah, probably. But it's
How
also
the fuck
linked with
do I know that?
it's also linked with the AFD in Germany, which is a
AFD.
neo-Smartsy party. Okay. Also, let's look at facts here, right? When we're looking at what Zionists are, yeah. Was Smittler a Zionist?
Technically, yes.
No, not technically. He was.
Well, I'm just saying technically because he obviously helped
He
believed
people in a homeland for the Jewish people.
Yeah,
in Israel, which makes him a Zionist.
No, I can't say. I don't know whether he believed in it, but what I do know is he helped and facilitated for them to get out and go over there, and he even arranged for their money to be taken from Germany to what Palestine.
Throughout his whole life, he was keen with the Zionist movement and involved with the Zionist movement. In fact, there is some indications that he was actually Jewish himself.
Yeah, his mum slept with his mum slept with the
exactly.
Yeah.
So this is where I'm answering that question, because the wall is being pulled over people's eye and the curtain is beginning to be unfurled, but not enough people are seeing that at present, where people can play both sides of the same coin whilst being a government agent at the same time.
Right. I hear you. Have you cut out? Bro, man, I'm telling you, I'm going to get you a signal
to let the lie slayer in, because you said don't give out too much rabbit on the chat, you know what I mean? So let
the only reason why I came up was because I was just coming up to say that you're spot on, Jedi, everything that you're saying, and you can't keep casting your pearls to swine, because certain individuals like that peace guy are just going to continue to cover their heads under the sand because they're afraid of reality.
Are you from a traveller background or just straight Irish?
No, Ireland.
Okay, what's your views on the Irish travellers? And please don't call them rats, because last time I did that, please don't call them rats.
What is wrong with you? Why did you do that?
You've solved
because
he didn't say it himself.
Because last time I asked an Irishman about the Irish travellers, and he proceeded to call them rats and that, and all of a sudden Jedi hates travellers. So I'm saying, if you do have a negative perspective, please find a way to voice it. That's not going to get me in trouble. That's what I meant by that.
No, but I heard you went on a rant about Irish travellers, and you were saying that, why don't you guys direct your frustrations towards Irish travellers?
Yeah, it was a question, not a rant. I didn't say, you lot, how come you lot need to go for them? And the reason why I was asking, I'm glad you brought that up. The reason why I asked that is I wanted to see whether there was a bias based on skin color of the people that weren't assimilating with your culture. Because that I was getting that a lot, right? If they don't want to assimilate with the culture, if they don't want to be part of this, if they don't want to be part of that, then what they're doing here. So I felt like, you know what? There's a group of people here that kind of fit that description, but their skin tone is the same as yours. Is that the reason why you're not out here protesting against them? And it was just a thought exercise to get people to think, wow, you know what, maybe blah, blah, blah. But within me making that statement, I made some untrue claims, like the Irish travellers don't pay tax. And I've been shown that they pay council tax. I don't know if they all do. And knowing the Irish travellers, the ones that I know, they do anything not to pay. But because we're generalizing, I need to be careful what I'm saying. So there's lots that do, lots that pay their water rates and whatever. I had an idea of the Irish travellers of being like outlaws and bandits and Robin Hoods, and I quite enjoy that aspect of them. Maybe I was romanticizing who the Irish travellers are. I also thought that some of them were undocumented and were just flying beneath the radar. But I've been told that that's wrong as well by some people. So, you know what I mean? But it weren't no rant. I didn't go on a rant against Irish travellers. I just said that I know some that are into crime and don't want to be English, and you lot don't do shit about that, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing that people do to us black people. I'm black, by the way. It's the same thing that people do to us black people. You know, they generalize based off their experience with a small group of black people, or like the media perception of what black people are. You know, and that's exactly what's happened to the Irish travellers. And you kind of weaponized that as not kind of, you did weaponize that when you were saying all of those stereotypes.
I just feel like off camera, no one's gonna argue with me about Irish travellers' involvement in crime. Off camera, not one person's gonna say you're chatting shit. Yeah, off camera, if I talk to somebody and I said, have you ever had an Irish traveller pull up to you and try to sell you a laptop? They're all gonna fucking giggle and laugh because they understand. Yeah? Off camera, my house was kitted from top to bottom with stolen carpets from the Irish travellers. And my mum would know when the Irish travellers came into town and she'd be waiting for them to knock the door, selling carpets.
Jedi, unfortunately, now this is actually perpetuating stereotypes, and I don't.
Sorry,
Yeah, it just seems as if like you haven't.
Sorry, can I just finish my? Can you not just stop interrupting me, and then maybe people would understand what I'm saying and my perspective, and I'd stop being misconstrued, right? Because what I'm telling you is, when I was growing up, yeah, nobody was gonna argue with me about the criminal underworld and who was involved in it. Just the same way, if I say that no one would argue with me off camera, that I could ask a black brother, I could go to an area and ask a black man if he knew where I could get some weed, and he'd be able to point me in the right direction. As soon as we get on camera, it's like, oh, what? Do you think every black person's a drug dealer? Do you think everyone's a shotter? Whatever. I live on the street. I live on the ground level. And on the ground level, we know realities about each other's communities because we live next to each other. So all this, oh, you're perpetuating, that's cool. There's probably loads of Irish travellers now, and there's so many different walks of life. I'm not saying that this is all of them. I clearly started by saying this was me growing up. Yeah? This is my perception, right? Growing up. I've been in jail with countless travellers, yeah? Countless travellers in prison for years. I've spent years with these people, right? Cool. Nobody wants to talk about the criminal networks, the criminal underground. No one wants to admit that that exists. And if you bring it up, then you're a stereotyper and you're negative and all that. Cool. I don't deal with that shit. Yeah, because we're all online trying to make up. We're all online.
When people try to speak out about these things, they get told to shut down the conversation.
Our communities, in the eyes of others. Me, I'm a realist. Yeah? I love the people. I think they're fucking hustlers. They're innovators. Yeah, they got the gift of the gab, and they can see opportunities and they know how to make the most of their land. And they're rebels. I love them.
Yeah, but you're talking about the whole community, like the whole community. I'm not talking about the whole exactly community. The same way.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
No, shut up, man. Shut up. I'm not talking about whole community, idiot. I said from my experience. Hold on. Do I know all the Irish travellers? Did I not say there's probably loads that don't fit into this stereotype? I'm talking about the ones I know. I'm talking about the ones I've experienced. And
when you're making them comments,
being pussies. No.
When you're making them comments, you're saying Irish travellers.
You're being pussies. No. Hold on.
No.
I'm not having you coming on here putting words in my mouth.
Well, then if you wish me to step down, then I will. But I will have the conversation.
Yeah, you will, man. That's cool, man. Cool. I don't want to be interrupted, yeah? I don't want to be interrupted. I don't give a fuck, yeah? You lot can whitewash your history and whitewash everything, and everyone's cool, and not, what? Crime? What? Crime? What the hell? What? East End? The East End involved in crime? Essex? Crime? What? Drug running? Nah, never. I don't know nothing about that. You can't. Oh well, you know what? Every Essex man, every Essex man. You know what? I knew a lot of Nigerians growing up. A lot of Nigerian boys. They put me into fraud. They gave me fraud links. They gave me 419 links. 419? Fraud? Oh my god! Nigerians involved in fraud? No. Now you're just stereotyping. No. Now you're just racist. And Romanian gypsies, street begging. You mentioned Romanian gypsies street begging. You're now stereotyping. Like no one has seen Romanian gypsies street begging and using kids to like try and earn money. No one's seen that. No.
Jedi, here's the issue though.
Has anyone seen that? So what if you spoke about your experience with people doing that? Okay. You're going to get called racist?
Jedi, the issue is you're hyper-focusing on minorities. You're hyper-focused on minorities, and when it
We're
comes to
talking
minorities,
about a minority
yes, I
group, bro.
understand that, but when it comes to minorities, they don't have any individuality. They're seen as like this hive mind, and those stereotypes follow them. What stereotypes can you apply to the general, to the majority that you say holds true? You can't, okay? You only make these
I'm not
stereotypes
talking
when it
about the
comes to
majority, though.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. But what I'm
So why
saying
are you
is,
bringing that up then? Why are we even going down this lane? If you know that I'm saying from my experience, these are things I've seen. Why are you now trying to persecute me and be like, oh, you can't apply that to everybody?
because I'm saying that
That's
your
the whole point of
experience,
that was the whole point
is
of.
warped. Your experience is warped by a society that hyper focuses on minorities.
Can I jump
That's
in?
why
No,
it seems as if this is the
My
reality
experience.
and this is what their
How can you tell
stereotypes
me?
and their stereotypes are grounded
One
in
second.
some reality.
Did you grow up? Hold on. You live in Ireland, yeah?
Sorry, could
You
you
live
ask
in
that again?
Ireland?
Yeah,
You live
go
in
on.
Ireland?
Yeah, I
Do
do,
you
yeah.
live in Ireland?
Yes.
Have you ever lived in London?
I used to go to London like
Have you
every
ever
year.
lived in London? Did you grow up in London?
No, I haven't grown up
Did
in
you grow
London.
Did you grow up in Peckham in the 80s?
No, obviously not.
All right, but hold on, because you got an Irish accent, you could tell me that my experience was warped.
Everyone's
You have no
experience
idea
is
what
warped.
Peckham in the 80s. Hold on.
Everyone's experience
Hold
is
on,
warped.
man. Yo, hold on. You have no idea what Peckham in the 80s looked like or felt like, but you can tell me my experience is warped because you don't agree with it.
Yeah, just like everyone else's, including mine. My experience is informed by my empirical evidence, okay? When we're making statements, we need to look at the bigger picture outside of our experiences.
Not when
And
I'm talking
outside of
about
your
my experience.
outside of your experience is what true reality is. Okay,
Sorry,
so when
but I'm only talking about my experience. And if you can't talk about your own experience, then that's a sickness. I understand that the whole world.
I understand that you're entitled to speak about your experience. Your experience is valid. I'm not saying that your experience didn't happen. Your experience
you did though. You did by saying it's
No,
warped.
I didn't. I'm saying it's warped.
You did.
Yes, the conclusions that you've reached from your experience are warped.
No, they're not.
They are.
No, they're not.
No, I think there's a problem with the communication in this, to be honest, because
No, they're not.
At no one point did Jedi say that everyone's like this. He specifically says where he grew up and the situations that he's experienced, but he never once says that everyone does this.
Exactly.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is earlier on he told us that when he was speaking to this man at the protest, and he was saying, oh, travelers don't pay their council tax, that was a misinformed opinion from his warped experience. That's an application. This is an application of exactly what happens when a person's experience is used to make assumptions.
Are all black
but it was more of a
people in
question.
Peckham drug dealers?
As a journalist,
It was more of a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that. The truth is, it was more of a question, and I was putting it to them, and I was open for someone to say, well, actually, no, that's not true. Rare. I said, I was asked, if you watched several times, I said, is that true? Am I right? Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, correct me. So I'm not even assuming that I hold the biblios on Irish travelers. Do you know what I mean?
Continue to do it even now.
No, I didn't.
And you were talking about how the travelers that you knew are this, that, and the third, like as if this is like this is expected to be like the norm in the traveler community.
No, you're putting that on there. You're adding that.
That's your perspective of it.
That's your adding that. I said what I said. I said what I said. I asked what I asked, and you lot want to add because of ego. I think it's just ego. Rather than all listening, I think it's just ego.
It's nothing to do with ego.
I didn't say because this is my perception. Hold on. I didn't say because this is my perception or because this is my experience. This is the ultimate reality for all travelers. I didn't say that. And I'm willing to be corrected. I'm speaking in public. I give him my explanation. And I said, look, man, from when I was growing up, these are the things I saw. Rare. Now, anyone could turn around and say, no, you're wrong, Jez. No one there said, you know what? You're wrong. The Irish had a traveling agreement that meant that they can go back and forth from England to Ireland. So me just saying that, nobody there was able to educate me. It wasn't until I came home and then I was speaking to other Irish people and travelers online that they're educating me. And then as soon as they educate me, what do I say? I say, rah, yo, guys, my bad. I thought that the travelers were undocumented, or at least some of them were, but apparently they're not. So I went and apologized and said I got it wrong. I wake up in the morning, I've got 4 different travelers writing in the chats. 4 different travelers writing in my comments. You can go and check them now. Yeah? Saying, yeah, brother, some of us were undocumented. My grandma was undocumented. Yeah, rare. I don't know why these men are denying it. I've come now, done a live stream, and I'm asking travelers, and travelers again saying to me, nah, it ain't true. They're not documented. So I started this live by saying, I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to believe.
But
You
the
believe,
thing
you
is,
believe,
though,
you believe that the truth is not your experience. Okay, the truth is bigger than just what you've experienced. Okay, or what this select few group of people have told you. But earlier on, just go back to earlier on when you were going on the whole rant about stereotypes, and you even mentioned like Nigerians as well, and you're like, oh, no one can tell me that, oh, it's not the Nigerians who weren't, banging out the F and all of these things.
That's not what I said. Quote me verbatim, or don't quote me at all.
Okay, so what did you say?
Because you're putting now. Why do you not always do this shit? You act like you're talking for me. You act like you're quoting me, and then when I tell you to quote me verbatim, you're like, "Oh, what did you say?"
No, because I don't want to misquote you. I want to be factual.
If you're going to summarize what I said and get it wrong, we're gonna have a problem.
That's why I asked you to clarify exactly what you were hinting
I'm not
towards.
clarifying.
You were saying that you were essentially the okay. I'll say what I'm saying then. I'll say the crux of what you were saying is that stereotypes are based off reality.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's where I disagree with you.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying you perpetuating those stereotypes is causing harm to those groups.
I can't say that every other stereotype is all based on realities, but what I would say is most stereotypes are based in some form of reality, whether it's exaggerated or downplayed. That's
no, a distorted reality, because you choose to hyper-focus on select groups of people. Society chooses to hyper-focus on select groups of people.
Cool. But what I would say is, as human beings, we use stereotyping to recognize patterns, and these are useful for us in day-to-day life and in survival. So we understand that sometimes you might not like a stereotype, but if you're honest, you will understand at least where the stereotype stems from and the truth within the stereotype. That's what I'm talking about. I understand there's a stereotype that black men are drug dealers. And I don't think that's a fair stereotype for all black men. But do I know more than 50 black men that deal drugs? Yes, I do. Do I understand where some of the reality of the stereotype comes from? Yes, I do. But I'm not on this fucking weird shit where we can't be honest about our good and bad traits. I'm not on that. And I realize the world has moved on. The world has moved on from people like me. The world has moved on from people like me that can look in the mirror and say, this is the fucked up shit I do, and that's the fucked up shit that I've seen you lot do. We can't even be honest like that no more. We want to whitewash everything, where it's like, oh my God, you can't say that. You're perpetuating a stereotype that's false, and it's like, yo, bro.
Because you are. I'm not being funny. If you think that the stereotype that black people sell drugs is somehow a normal thing, like, I don't even know what to tell you.
If I steal some headlights from a Carrera, yeah, I know where I'm going to sell them.
There's a difference between stereotypes and pattern recognition, by the way. Okay, I agree with you about pattern recognition. Pattern recognition is a survival mechanism so that we can, basically react to situations appropriately. Whereas stereotypes is an oversimplified, version of reality, a distorted, oversimplified version of reality, and that's harmful.
I would say it's not always that.
You saying that black people sell drugs and saying that, oh, you understand that stereotype and where it comes from.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's harmful. And that's a stereotype. That's not pattern recognition.
But you grew up in Ireland. You grew up in Ireland. Hold on. You grew up in Ireland. You didn't grow up in North Beckham Estate. You don't know what the fuck the reality is. Where you're in Ireland, how many black people are even in your community for you to judge from? Like I'm saying, in London, a South London boy says he understands the stereotype of black men shotting. And you're telling me that it's wrong.
I'm not being funny. I grew up in an area that had a higher proportion of black people, and that's not what I saw. I'm so sorry.
You might fucking learn something, bro, if you shush for a minute. Anyway,
I don't think you have anything to teach me.
Go on, Steve. Yeah, that's the problem.
Okay.
No, because
Listen,
you're
see when
ignorant.
you're
You're
overeducated. Hold
incredibly
on, let me just say
ignorant,
one thing,
and
Steve.
you're
See when
here.
you're
You're here
overeducated.
Hang
still.
on,
You're
mate.
here
See,
still
hold on,
perpetuating
man.
the
Nah.
racism
Hang
towards
on.
travelers
Hang
that
on.
you were doing the
Bruv,
other day.
you lot are making me
We're
shout, and there's not even a need to shout in this conversation. But let me just mute you lot up. Let me tell you one thing, yeah? I came out of school. I was expelled from school in year 8, yeah? And I ain't gone back to that level of education or that form of education. Obviously, I've had other run-ins with education and self-taught and whatnot. But let me tell you one thing, yeah? You see, when you go to university, which I'm pretty sure you've gone to university, sometimes it makes you a clever dummy, yeah? Because you talk in ways and you think in ways that block you off from certain realities. And then you become too smart to take on new information. And then you feel like you can't learn from an old fool like me.
You're assuming.
And I'm saying,
I went to university for computer science. I literally learned nothing because I learned how to
cool,
code.
but look, but either way, it doesn't matter. University in itself, that institution, brings your brainwaves, brings your thought patterns into a certain pattern. And
No, I don't resonate. I don't resonate.
You're interrupting me. You're just interrupting
I
me.
don't resonate
come
with
off mute,
anything you're saying.
you come
You're
off
here
mute,
making
you
assumptions
come
saying that,
off
oh,
mute,
because I went to
you come off
university, I
mute to
talk a certain type
interrupt
of
me.
way.
So you're
I
triggered.
talk like this. I've talked like this
You
because
came off
this is
mute
how
to
people.
interrupt me because you're triggered. Yeah,
No, I'm
I'm
not
saying,
triggered because I'm just saying what you're saying
I'm
doesn't
saying I was
resonate
raised
with
in a
me.
black community. I don't know if you were.
Yes, I was obviously.
Majority black community. Where was you raised?
I can't lie. The area that I grew up in had a higher proportion of black people.
A higher
There's a
than
name.
what?
There's a name they used to call it because of how many black people there was. I'm not
Okay,
gonna say though.
okay, cool. So, all right, cool, man. All right, let me take that back because I've not been to Ireland as of yet. So let me take that back. Yeah, I'm gonna take that back because I don't know. Big up my Irish people. Big up the black folks in Irish, Blackrish, whatever you want to call yourselves. It's love. You get me? I love you lot. Jedi loves you lot. Yeah. I'm trying to talk to this young man and explain to him that, you know what, family? Like, sometimes you might be missing the lesson in all of this. Stereotypes are definitely effective and they're definitely useful. You might not see the use for them. You might not have to, whatever. I hear you, brother. I hear you. And me and you are not enemies. All I'm saying to you is, bro, like, sometimes stereotypes are useful and I understand them. And I understand where majority of stereotypes come from. When someone has a stereotype that the Papua New Guineans eat people, involved in
Give me a real world example of a stereotype, please.
I know where that comes from. Yeah?
Can you give me a real world example of a stereotype that's useful, that's helpful?
Yeah, because when I walk around as a black man, some of the stereotypes alleviate me from getting into trouble. Because some people feel that black men, you know what I mean? If I want to speak, if I want to chat up a lady, she might give me a chance because she believes in the stereotype that black men's got big willies. Yeah? If somebody's upset with me, they might believe the stereotype that black men can fight.
That actually causes more harm than it causes
it's causing
anything good.
Everything causes harm. Everything to you causes harm and is bad.
No, not at all.
It's no harm to me. It's not harm to me. It's not harm to me. That's what I'm saying.
It is harm
all of
to you
us.
when that translates to hypersexualization and the adultification of black men. It is.
Listen. As you can see, I'm ready to talk and speak and show my intelligence at a moment's notice. So they're never gonna have to worry about that. Yeah. Please.
No, we are, because in the real world, not in our little microcosm of the real world. In the real world, black men are hypersexualized and adultified because of stereotypes like that.
Bro, you asked me how a stereotype can be useful. I told you, you try to shoot it down.
Yeah, because it's not useful.
I guarantee you do that with everything. But everybody else understands that there's positive stereotypes. But you don't know. Mr. Educated, Mr. Longwords.
The only example you gave was a poor example. Can you give another?
No, it wasn't a poor example.
It was a poor example. Because that literal stereotype leads to the adultification and hypersexualization of the black man.
Brother, how old are you?
28.
Alright. So you disagree with my example doesn't make my example a poor example, bro.
It is a poor example.
No, it's not.
Because if you're saying it's useful,
Yeah.
How is it useful when it leads to
It-
the hypersexualization and the adultification of
ha-
black men?
Look,
The
no,
net
no, no, no.
benefit, the
You're
net
talking.
benefit
No, no,
is
no, 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 no,
negative.
no, 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 no. It's not hypersexualization. Women have a belief about a certain group of men. Yeah, a stereotype that they have. It's not made them hypersexualize me. It just means that they're more receptive to my sexual advances. How about that?
Can I
This
tell
is what I'm saying. That's not true. That's not the reality of it.
But it is though.
Can I give you a stereotype that I grew up in the sort of east end of Glasgow, so it's a bit racist, Jedi, but I'm going to come out and just show him an example of what was said. So when we were growing up, we were whenever our mums left the house for too long, certain families you would hear in the family home that your mums ran away with a black person. Because it was common that a lot of women, well, apparently it was common that a lot of women ran away with black people because they were more interested in the white people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, cool.
Anyone,
I
but I'm
actually
using
didn't
that really
catch
as example.
much of that because I didn't really get what you were trying to say was the
Can you
stereotype.
translate for me, please, Jedi? Because my accent's a little thick.
Nah, I think he's in the real world, so he should be able to understand real world accents.
No, I can't lie, Jedi. You didn't answer my question still.
Well, I did answer your question. I gave you a stereotype that had a positive connotation, and you didn't like it, and you said no. This leads to the hypersexualization of men,
it does.
and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it does.
But that's your belief.
You're perpetuating. You think
men,
that's good in the long run. Black men are seen as nothing but just objects.
I didn't say
okay?
nothing though.
And
You-
that also
see,
creates.
this is the
That
thing.
also creates.
Now it's a straw man argument. Now it's the straw man argument, right? The straw man argument is you think that I'm now gonna say, there's nothing about black men other than having a big dick. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
No one said that you said that. But when we're talking about benefits,
I gave you the example of them maybe thinking that a black man can fight, and that being advantageous, meaning that you could maybe negotiate
can I
yourself.
give you an example?
Maybe
please,
you could
Jedi?
negotiate yourself out of physical confrontation by people just looking at you and having the perception that you'd be able to handle yourself. Maybe that positively has worked for some people out here where they've not had to fight, where they can't even punch themselves through punch a hole through a
live in the world.
brown
We
paper
live in
right?
a
Do you understand
civilized
what I'm saying?
society. That's
It's
not
simplified.
advantageous.
Listen long enough to hear and learn. We live in a society, yeah? I gave you simplified versions. I could be geeky and try and get into deeper stereotypes, but I'm giving you simplified, easy versions, fun versions.
And I'm telling
don't
you,
even have to do
those
too much
versions
thinking.
you've given me are not advantageous. We don't live
Well, I'm
we
telling
don't
you
live
right
in a
now,
lawless
if somebody-
society. We live in a
somebody
society that
stereotypes
doesn't
you,
uplift
if someone
us.
stereotypes you as being somebody that they don't want to fight because they believe people from your nation, are good at fighting, that is advantageous.
More times often than not, that stereotype is not going to find you in a situation like that. It's going to find you, for example, in situations where, let's say you wanted to go for a job and you're seen as more threatening in the workplace as a result of that
but you're
stereotype.
twisting
What
it.
I'm trying to say
You're
is the
twisting
net
it.
benefit, the
You're
net
trying to
outcome, the net outcome of
No,
those
you're trying- no, what
stereotypes
you're
is
doing-
not a benefit. It's not a benefit.
Okay, what you're doing is you're trying to ignore the positive aspects of it and focus on the negative because that suits your argument.
No, what I'm
You're
trying
not
to
even
do is
deni-
say,
hold on,
what I'm
hold on.
trying to do is
Hold
say
on,
that the
hold
net
on, hold on,
outcome
hold on.
is negative.
You're not even denying that the positive attributes are there. You're just going to ignore them and say, oh, in a workplace, they might think that you'd beat them up.
That's like saying I ignore all of the positive attributes of Hitler. That's like saying I ignore all of the positive.
Hold on. Rather than shouting. I didn't say that stereotype.
What we understand is in life,
Hold on, man.
we
Let
look
me
at the
finish my
net
sentence because you're
outcome.
talking over me. And I'm just not enjoying it and I don't want to shout. Right? So stay on mute. Let me finish. It'll help you with your impulse control. I'm not saying that stereotypes can't have positive and negative consequences. I've never said that stereotypes do not have negative consequences. You're preaching to the fucking choir. I understand stereotypes can have negatives, but can stereotypes have positives? Based on what you asked me, yes. Yes, they can. Give me some positives. I gave you some. I gave you some of the positives.
Because that's not what I asked.
I gave you some of the...
I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. I'm a realist. I understand how...
You're not listening to me, are you? You're not listening.
You're not listening to me.
Talking
because that's not what I said.
You're constantly talking while I'm talking, so you don't want to You like, shall I end this convo? Because I'm talking and somehow you come off mute to start talking and say, I don't know why you're even doing it. All right. Anyway, man, this is long. I'm bored now. I'm bored. Right? So I'm gonna let you speak and then I'm gonna move on, brother. Yeah? Go on.
I'll move on from the conversation, but I'll just say this. Okay, that's not what I said. I never said show me an example where it's a positive outcome. I said it's a benefit, meaning that the net outcome is positive. Okay, that's what we mean about.
So is that not the same thing?
No, that's not.
You said
same thing.
So you didn't say show me a stereotype where with a positive.
Actually, the word
but you want one that the net benefit is positive. So that equates to the same thing. You're too smart for your own good. You're too smart for your own good. It makes you dumb.
I don't think I'm smart at all, man.
Yeah, you're too smart for your own good. It makes you dumb. Sorry, man. Let's reset that room. Sorry, my bad. I tried, but I don't know, man. I don't know if it's my phone, but this newfangled way of no one being able to talk or finish a sentence. I know I'll talk slow. I never used to talk slow, and I don't always talk slow. But when I'm like, I'm trying to keep control of what I'm saying and be deliberate, and that means that I just slow down the way I speak. And the new school person doesn't have that concentration span, so they won't let you talk like this because they just be thinking, come on, give me my fix.
I do.
Give me my dopamine fix. Come on.
Give it a go.
Come on. Give me the point, Steve. Come on.
I get you.
It's jarring.
I've hosted as well. Yes, I understand the stress of trying to get a point across when there's too much noise in the room. But there's not enough. There's no noise in the room now, right? So let's go back to the conversation and agree beforehand to actually discuss it in the proper manner. Will we agree to that? I will.
Yeah, of course, man. Come on, Steve. Let's go.
Lovely. Right, we're going to have de-convo now, right? So I'm going to throw something to you for you to understand, right? And then you come back to me if you agree or disagree, right? The notion of the word the traveller is a concept that was given by colonization to label people, to harm them. Even using the word the traveller is grouping all people together. The people that we call the travellers are made up of many different clan names. They're separate people. They're not all one people. They might originate from one area, but they're not all one people. The fact that the British government labelled them the traveller has actually caused them harm. So even using the term the traveller causes them harm because they're grouped into one group. And when some person does a wrong thing within that group, the whole group is then tarnished because that label, the traveller, has been given to them by the colonizer.
Okay. So is the term Irish traveller wrong then? Is that wrong? Is that a wrong term to use?
No, because of the label being substantiated for so long throughout the centuries, it's become the label that they associate themselves with. So it's not wrong. So traveller and some of the other names that they will use for themselves as well is the names that they've become to use. So even the name Tinker wouldn't be offensive to some travellers. But remember that not all travellers are the same. Some will like this label, some won't like this label. But what is not transparent to the world at large is that travellers are made up of many different types of people. So, for example, some travellers are rich and have businesses that employ hundreds of people in a legal manner. Some travellers are professors at Cork University and Belfast University. Many travellers are teachers in Irish schools. They have moved into situations where they become what they wish to become. They've gone through that journey and achieved those things. But while we label all travellers within certain stereotypes, we're holding that back from being the reality that some people wish to achieve. So in effect, we might not want to do it, but some of our stereotypes do cause harm, because here's why. The travellers have the worst label of all people within the UK, within Scotland and within Wales and within Ireland, because everything's thrown at them. And that when they try to stand up to this aggression, this oppression, the discrimination, there's no one there for actually standing up for them and saying this isn't wrong, this isn't right. When we look at that, right, they've only got their own organisations to do that with, namely Pavy Point within Ireland. When we look at England, Scotland and Wales, there isn't really organisations to protect these people. And they've been left alone and isolated and treated in the worst manner. So, for example, the self-unaliving rate of a traveller is 7 times the national average in Ireland. When we look at other minority communities, it's a lot less. The educational outcomes for Irish travellers are a lot less than the general population. Now, I don't want to go on about too many facts and figures, but I can. I can go on all day long about the harms that have been caused. I actually advocate for getting this message out and showing people the beauty of the culture, and actually that people have been misunderstood and roped into one culture when that's not the fact, that those different clan names are proficient within their own area and for their own people. I won't name them clans because that's not my right to do so, considering I'm outside the culture. But those clans operate with their own systems of governance, their own people, their own elders, and they suffer this situation on their own. Not even the other clans can come to help them in their aid when they suffer persecution, namely from the Irish government. In fact, the Irish government actually wrote specifically anti-traveller laws to assimilate these people into the Irish population and to make them disappear in what is known as the silent G-side. Yeah, their right to travel the land was banned in 2002. They're forcibly being assimilated. If this was any other culture in the world would know about it. But they've not been given the opportunity to say what's happened to them. We talk about G-sides around the world. I can name 5. Yemen, Congo, Myanmar, Palestine, certain other areas, China, the Uyghur population. But no one accepts that what's happening to the Irish travellers is a G-side, a silent G-side by the Irish state. There used to be millions of Irish travellers. Now there's less than 40,000 on a previous paper that I've written. But somebody told me today there's only 33,000 left. When do we have to get to the stage where inside Ireland, and I'm only talking about Ireland, when there's no one left, when 11% of their population's children are unaliving themselves?
No,
I'm sorry to be passionate, but I'm a bit emotional, bro.
Nah, it's cool, man. It's cool. Okay, I mean, I'm learning. There's nothing for me to really add. Like, I'm learning. You never asked me a question. And
no, I'm so sorry about that. And that just burst out of nowhere. I'm sorry about that.
That's cool. And I don't disagree with anything that you've said. You know what I mean? Big up
I'm going to ask you one good thing, right? And then we'll go on to a topic about Tommy, because I like talking about Tommy. Yeah. Will you please give Minkus some time when you get time? Maybe not now while tensions are high.
He was on there.
To come over to my live or to Minkus's live to learn, even if it's half an hour or an hour,
bro,
just to understand.
I think you came here late, bruv. He was on there from the beginning, dropping gems.
Okay.
This is the second live stream, bruv. Like, yeah. He's been on there, man, dropping. He schooled me, man. He schooled me about the Irish travellers. He proper schooled me, man. We all learned loads of stuff. Yeah.
Well, that's progress then. And sorry for my outburst. I didn't mean to be as passive-aggressive as I was, but it's something that I've been working with for a while. So I had to say what was inside, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You listen, man. And big up Minka, man, because he dropped some gems.
If you're keeping the live going, let's talk about Tommy, right? And just bring it up because it's the big news of the day, right? I ain't a fan, Jedi. You know from the few years that I've known you, and when I've come on live streams about Tommy, that he ain't my favourite personal flavour of the month. Nah. And it's for the specific reasons that I've talked about in the past and the stuff that I've said today. That man is fooling people, right? He's doing what we were discussing just then. He's roping people all into one boat and othering them. I mean, I'll be straight up with you. That is a process of the far right. And it's also a process of things that are worse than the far right. So, obviously, not everyone will agree with that. I mean, we saw the gentleman earlier that came up, that's a fanboy, that lumps every word that comes out of his mouth.
But like, even without that, I've got like loads of people dropping comments like this, saying we Irish travellers stand with Tommy. And I thought, then I've got Irish travellers saying, do you know how the English treat us? The English treat us like this, and the English treat us like that. We're worse than you. We're worse than, because like one thing about Irish people in general, and look, man, I don't feel like I should be handcuffed from making
no one should get off the hook. You're right. You're right.
So
there is some things that are wrong.
I'm not going to be walking on eggshells. What I would say about the Irish people, that if the Irish people have been wronged, yeah, or if they feel they've been wronged or something's unfair to them, they're willing to make the whole world know, yeah. And by that I'm saying every time I've had a conversation about oppression or prejudice or racism, an Irish person has always found a way into the conversation and turn it around till they're the person facing the most persecution in the world. I've heard this for years. For years and years, I've been having open discussions with people, right? And like, if it's not within the first 30 seconds, if you're not letting me know that it's no Irish, no dogs, no Irish, no blacks, blah, 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 you're letting me know about indentured servitude, you're letting me know about the potato famine, you're letting me know about blah, 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 or you're letting me know about Irish travelers have been treated this way or that way. I realized that persecution has become a very big speaking point for the Irish person, and they want to let you know the injustice that they suffered, and I hear it a lot. Sometimes I think that my Irish brothers and sisters, and when I say Irish, I mean Irish and Irish travelers, sometimes I think that we trying to win the oppression Olympics a little too much. And there's other groups that we come across that we kind of inadvertently make them feel like we think we've suffered more than them, especially in recent times. For instance, when I make statements and then I have Irish people come in to accuse me of racism, which I've had Proverbs 31 in the chat the whole time. For the first time, he's now denying something. Everything else is like, yeah, you do that, you do that, you do that, you do that. Yeah. You're racist. I've had this guy in there telling me I'm racist as a black man. To be honest, I find it laughable when a white person accuses me of being racist. I find it fucking hilarious. Yeah, because I got a fact wrong.
I've never done that.
Because I got a fact wrong about the traveller community. He's all up in his feelings saying I'm racist towards travellers. Fucking joke. It was only last week I was near the traveller site and I overheard them calling another black guy. Yeah, I understand that people can call people nigg on travelling sites, and their caravans not getting set alight by their brothers, by their Conrads. No one beat this guy up, and it's multiple times he's done this. No one's beating him up. No one's laying a finger on anyone. Call him and it's cool. As soon as Jedi says, oh yeah, the travellers came over and they weren't documented, now I'm a racist. And I'm saying this is the type of shit, there's an ego, which I do believe you lot got some black DNA. I definitely believe it because of your ego, where the pride can be, we can overdo it sometimes.
You could be right. There's a certain rhythm in us, yeah.
There is, man. And trust me. Yeah. And I get it. A man's all getting heated and fury, and now it's like, Jedi's like Hitler now. Jedi's like